The news is live on Joe 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we're on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Volta Premier Ho, Amenuveve Aflau, Lolonyo FM, Hohoi, and Kekeli Radio Ho. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, 5 Ghanaian MPs and parliamentary service staff caught up in Kenya's violent protests moved to safety.
So they are evacuating the MPs to some underground tunnel because the demonstrators are approaching. Kenya.
Details as Ghana's High Commissioner warns Ghanaians against traveling to East African country after the clashes resulted in the death of 5 people.
At this stage, with what is happening, we can only advise that you have to stay informed. If you're already in the country, our advice is that you keep updated with the latest news.
Also, Ghana Medical Association blames miscommunication for strike by doctors at the oncology department of the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital as it assures the industrial action will be called off soon. In business,
Ghana is expected to have access to international capital market after deal with Eurobond holders.
And later, Wale Senior High Technical School makes a comeback to the National Science and Maths quiz after winning regional qualifiers against their rivals. Let's settle for the details now with me, Maxwell Agbagba. This is Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible. Well, we start from Kenya, where 5 Ghanaian MPs and parliamentary service staff who were caught in the crossfire of protests there have been moved to safety. The delegation, part of the local government committee, was on an official visit to the Kenyan National Assembly when protesters opposing new tax impositions took over the assembly. The clashes have resulted in the death of 5 people in the capital, Nairobi. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kwikwa Santi reports.
The Ghanaian interest in the ongoing Kenyan unrest peaked on Tuesday when news trickled in that a delegation from Ghana's parliament were inside Kenya's National Assembly when protesters took over the parliament. In a video that has since gone viral, the Ghanaian MPs are seen with their Kenyan counterparts exiting the facility through an underground passage.
So they are evacuating the MPs to some underground tunnel because the demonstrators are approaching. Kenya.
The Ghanaian delegation had been on a benchmarking tour of the Kenyan National Assembly. The 5-member delegation included chairman of the local government committee, Emmanuel Akwesi Jemfi, and ranking member, Nilanti Vanderpoy. The other members were Thomas Ampemnyako, Sylvester Tete, and Mohamed Hadi Tufero. Joy News now understands the MPs were safely evacuated from the facility and are expected to return to the country this morning.
You heard Kwikwa Santi's report. Meanwhile, Ghana's Commissioner to Kenya, Damte Bidiakwasare, is advising Ghanaians against traveling to the country as the protests escalate. Internet connectivity is generally slow, with speculations of a crackdown on social media users who have amplified the routes. Speaking on Connect Africa with Blessed Suga, he urged Ghanaians planning to travel to Kenya to be cautious of the situation.
If you are also still in Kenya, it may be advisable that you avoid, protest areas. You stay away from known hotspots such as central business, districts. But if you are about to travel, then the preferred advice that we may wish to offer is that you try and contact your travel agents or airline that you intend to travel with for some guidance and advice.
You had Ghana's High Commissioner to Kenya, Damte Bidiakwasare. The Ashanti Regional Branch of the Ghana Medical Association is blaming miscommunication for the strike carried out by doctors at the oncology department of the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital. Referral cancer patients yesterday were turned away following an industrial action by the doctors who are complaining about broken down equipment at the department. Speaking with Joy News, Ashanti Regional Chairman of the GMA, Dr. Pakwisi Beidu, assured that the association will intervene to get the doctors to call off their strike.
They needed to use an intermediary bank. So Fidelity Bank used an intermediary bank. So that was done on Wednesday from what we were told. They are waiting for the intermediary bank to confirm, that yes, an LC has been raised. So they will then inform the factory. In fact, they've informed the factory that send it there. Once they get the money or the LC, I don't know much about this, they will send the thing down. So I cannot say this is unjustifiable. As I said, this is a misunderstanding which we are resolving.
You heard Ashanti Regional Chairman of the GMA, Dr. Pakwesi Baidu. Former NPP Chairman Freddie Blay has challenged North-Tongue MP Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa for making what he calls wild allegations against him and his family. The MP said Blay's son, Kwao Blay, used his father's influence to arbitrarily take over the beachfront of Labadi Beach Hotel and establish the Polo Beach Club despite a prior agreement with the hotel. Okudzeto described this as state capture and a plot by politically exposed persons to acquire state properties. Freddie Blay refuted allegations, calling them malicious and a smear campaign against his family. There's more in the following report.
Member of Parliament for North-Tongue Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa has claimed in various media engagements that Kwao Blay, son of former NPP chairman Freddie Blay, has taken over the beachfront of Labadi Beach Hotel.
Then they go see Labadi Beach Hotel. They sign a joint venture agreement on how they'll share the proceeds. After the event, profits are made, then the elbowing begins. Lloyd Divorce Jr. is elbowed out. Labadi Beach
But there's no evidence that elbows was done.
They themselves concede that their relations have broken down.
The now embattled former chairman of the NPP, Freddie Blay, after a brief tour of the entire facility, disputed assertions that his son had taken over the entire beachfront.
Unfortunately, the La Traditional Council made available the park and he's operating on his own.
He also refuted claims that he used his political connections to secure the beachfront.
Definitely, there's no political manipulation, there's no political influence, nothing of this sort. Shouldn't have done it. You will hear from me. You hear from me that within this week, definitely I'll take him to court over it.
You had Michael Ashale's report. The Chamber of Cement Manufacturers Ghana is vehemently opposing attempts by government to regulate the pricing of cement products in the country. The Ministry of Trade and Industry, after its earlier directive to manufacturers to reverse a decision to increase the prices, was rejected by the manufacturers, and AGI is attempting to go through Parliament to get it to be regulated through a legislative instrument. But the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers Ghana says it is resolute in its stance against any attempt by government. Let's turn to some politics now. And the National Democratic Congress, NDC, says the next government, led by former President John Mahama, will grant amnesty to convicted illegal small-scale miners in the country. Speaking on PM Express with Evans Benson, spokesperson for Mr. Mahama, Joyce Bar Mokhtari, questioned why foreigners and politically connected individuals are walking scot-free for their involvement in Galamsey, while illegal small-scale miners are languishing in jail for similar offence.
If there are many of our brothers and sisters languishing in prisons because of illegal mining, certainly this is a matter that we must look at within the context of the Frimpong Boateng report, within the context of the corruption that has engulfed Akufo-Addo and his government, within the context of the allegations which Mr. Mahama has pledged to investigate.
You heard Joyce Bar Mokhtari. Residents of Bonsu in the Fantiakwa district of the Eastern region are grappling with the theft of the 100 kV ECG transformer located in front of the Bonsu police and fire service stations. While speaking to Joy News, they detailed the impact on their livelihoods, explaining how the power outage has disrupted their daily routines and forced them to walk long journeys just to access electricity. They have been reacting to the vandalism of 13 transformers owned by the Electricity Company of Ghana over the last 6 months.
Sorry, it is a to transformer. No, echo. And they have a brain, especially Genetic Resource Research Institute. I saw a PM Bunsua, how night is their brain is a say, the sum, and I feel better you phone crana. I didn't so cold fear in Sutem and Abusu run about one casa. So to my coach, I tell you, have a brain, Panko for Nema war, Frigimina access any idea, Edio Har brain. Won't mean charge you phone. Young quite say Frigimoni idea say.
You have there some residents of Bonsu. Let's do some national science and maths quiz now. And Wale Wale Senior High Technical School are making a comeback to the NSMQ after winning their regional qualifiers against their rivals. The school has failed in 3 years to book a seat at the national tournament, but in a battle against its regular competitors, it escaped a near defeat against Bunkurugu SHS, Nankpanduri Business School, and Nalirugu SHS. They told my colleague Imano Bright Kweku, no school will be an impediment after qualifying with Damongo SHS.
God bless, once I take every day. I can see you guys making a sign. What that is?
The scorpions. Yes, the scorpions. The scorpions.
When you tag the tail, you shall regret.
We prepared and we are coming for everybody. The lions are not strangers to us. Yes, they have been wounded.
And that's how we end the news at 6. My name is Maxwell Ababa. Enjoy your morning. The Super Morning Show continues.
Jopana. Go. Ugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Elam's story began 24 years ago, and it's all led up to this moment. From the first day in senior high school, the laughs when his friend Skelo had 0 in an exam, and M. fan getting broke, narrowly passing Prof. Shiwele's exams. He remembers it all, especially that long advice from Papa about what will really be at stake if he doesn't pass his exams. All for this very moment.
Elam Jakpata, first class honors.
Everything to look forward to. And just like Elam's story, Absa Bank believes there's something special about your story. And we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Say donut. Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till no not now. Oh, malaria chill. Oh, popo. What do you mean? I want you. No, not. A dabako. No, not. A damienu. No, not. A damiensa. No, not. No, not. Scatter malaria. Lonat, it scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu who se malaria wa umujam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
What is football? I elevated Inter to the pinnacle of European football by winning the treble. I beat the unbeatable Barcelona with Real Madrid, breaking all records on the way. I feel the hearts of the Romanists with joy after winning their first European title. I am relentless. I am ambition. I am a winner. I am José Mourinho. I am football.com.
Place your bets now.
For Pepsodent, smiles are one of the most important things we have. The problem is, globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Pepsodent, with maximum cavity protection, helps to prevent the formation of cavities. Pepsodent, because every smile matters. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hello? Yo, bro! SG Ghana has done it again. Low interest rates on loans this year too. Yatisubium.
Kojo, I'm at church.
Better double your offering because SG Ghana is about to bless you. Yatisubium. Low, very low interest rates on loans this year too. It's difficult to keep good news to yourself, especially when it can transform your life and those close to you. SG Ghana went low on interest rates last year, and this year we are even lower. Yes, Yatisubium. Get the money you need to turn your dreams into a reality. Visit any SG Ghana branch near you and speak to our dedicated staff about the amazing Yatisubium loans today. You can also call 0302-214-314 for more details.
Ojo, it's 3 a.m. What now?
Yatisubium. Okay, bye. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers.
You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest. East, west, north, south,
you could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Accra to Haga.
Let's go. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers. The luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM and the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters, and Total Energies, Total, we go the extra mile for you. George, good morning.
Good morning, Anchor.
How you doing? You had a good night's sleep?
I
get it.
Some things are meant for over.
And now that you have said they are meant for off, people now start asking, what's he talking about? What's he talking
a lot
about
things, you know.
Anyway, but one of the things that has been, I've been looking at is the multi-dimensional, poverty report by the Ghana Statistical Service.
Yeah.
And this is not just about, monetary issues of poverty. And so SDG 1 says end poverty in all its forms. And so they've been looking at it, and they've looked at, the fact that some people have no access to potable water.
Yeah.
They have no access to electricity, even when it comes to housing, when it comes to the usage of toilet facilities. 78% of the people had no access to toilets. Some of these persons, you don't have the children going to school. You don't if your children age 15 or so haven't been to school for 9 years at least, then it means you're multidimensionally poor.
Yeah.
And if nobody has a job also, it matters.
And for me, the big challenge is about the social protection nets for these people. What systems are being put in place to ensure that for those who do not have access or are having these challenges, they can be protected. And for me, that's the most important thing. How can we spread the net to cushion some of these people?
That's very important. Very, very important. But going forward also, some of these things are things we can actually deal with. And so how do we deal with these? And for me, the most important thing all the time is not just, and the government statistician and his team have done a good job on letting us know the areas where we have to work on. What are we doing? Who's listening and who's doing what? Anyway, let's get into the Joy Business Report brought to us by Omni Basic Bank at your service. George Riafi and the team are ready for the latest in the world of business.
Good morning and welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, Ghana expected to have access to international capital markets after deal with Eurobond holders. Supreme Court unanimously dismisses case brought by Member of Parliament for Boko Central, Mama Yerega, over operations of Ghana Amalgamated Trust. And government roll out free visa for more countries, electronic visa as well, before the end of this year. My name is George Yafi. Let's now settle for the details. The country could soon have access to the international capital market for fresh dollar borrowings. Now, that's the view of some international investors and the Eurobond holders after government reached a deal on the restructuring of some $13.1 billion. There is more in this report.
The country over the past 2 years has been prevented from going onto the international market to raise dollars from investors. Government was shut out of that market after it announced that it is working to restructure debt owed commercial creditors. However, based on new development that Ghana has now reached an agreement to start paying these commercial creditors, it appears that path has been reopened. The Eurobond holders have also maintained that government is now undertaking some measures that will protect investor funds. This will also go a long way to restore market confidence. But for some analysts, they worry the impact of government rushing onto the international market and its impact on the larger economy. As some have argued that the country is in this current state because of excessive borrowing on the international market through the issuance of Eurobonds.
And that is a Business Desk report. In a related development, financial economist Professor Lord Mensah wants government to leverage on the space to raise more revenue by this deal and set aside some monies to pay the debts when they are due.
We have to leverage on the fiscal space that the IMF program and then the debt restructuring gives us. But so far, we are 2 years into the program. We've not seen any policy that the government has rolled out to ensure that, whilst we are in the program, we use it to turn the economy from short to medium-term production so that we can generate more, foreign currency. And when it comes to our debt payment, we'll be able to, service the debt.
Financial economist Professor Lord Mensah. Now, Supreme Court has unanimously dismissed case brought by a member of Parliament for Boku Central, Mahama Yariga, over the operations of the Ghana Amalgamated Trust, that is GATT. Details in the following report.
In 2022, the Member of Parliament for Boku Central, Mahama Yariga, in an application sought to challenge the setup of the Ghana Amalgamated Trust, known as GATT, a vehicle set up by government to restructure and support some banks in the country. The Member of Parliament also raised issues about the money used to purchase shares in the trust by government. The application also sought to raise issues about the constitutionality of the Ghana Amalgamated Trust. But in a ruling by a 7-member panel of judges of the Supreme Court, chaired by Chief Justice, by a unanimous decision throughout the application on June 19, the panel agreed that the Ghana Amalgamated Trust is a public corporation validly created under the Constitution and set up as a commercial venture. The court also maintained that government subscription of shares in GATT does not fall within the category of a loan as defined in the Constitution.
And that is a Business Desk report. Now, government is working to roll out more visa-free for more countries before the end of this year. It has also made some significant progress on the issuance of electronic visa in the coming months. The move is part of efforts to improve tourist visits and also dollar inflows into the economy. Akwesi Ojiman is Chief Executive of the Ghana Tourism Authority.
The president has promised that this year, under his watch, he will make sure that the e-visa is ready. And I believe him on his word, and we're taking it upon him. And we are working together with other agencies to make it happen. And so, believe you me, there are countries like Namibia, South Africa has shown the way that if we reciprocate, we will get the numbers. We are getting the numbers, they are getting their numbers, everybody is happy. So we will do so with other countries. And I believe that by December, when we are doing our December in GH, a lot of these things would have been cleared off.
Would it be targeted at just certain countries, or it will be open for all or something?
No, the e-visa is open for all, but it's just that making it easier for people to... That is separate from the free visa.
Yeah, I'm talking about the free visa.
The free visa will be targeted. I mean, I don't think we can have a free visa for everybody. Those things are mostly reciprocal. And so for countries like Bahamas, we have a reciprocal free visa arrangement. So when you're coming here, you don't need a visa. When they are coming, they don't need a visa. In the Caribbean, I think we've done that with almost all the countries and the islands in the Caribbean. We're moving into the rest of Africa America and some other countries to make sure that the numbers look good.
Chief Executive of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwesi Ajiman. Now, manufacturing giant Unilever Ghana has revealed that it has instituted measures to minimize impact of the city's depreciation on its operations. The city's depreciation has forced a lot of firms to scale down their operations, whilst others have also been forced to increase prices of their products to stay in business. However, that has not been the case for Unilever Ghana. Chris Wolf Caesar, as managing director Unilever Ghana, has been responding to a question posed by Joy Business during the Ghana Stock Exchange Facts Behind the Figures session.
75% of our raw materials are bought locally. So a lot of our city depreciation impact comes from raw materials that are not bought locally, as well as bought in goods or bought in products. But also, at the end of the day, our products remain affordable to our consumers. So we try to take out as much of the costs, unnecessary costs in our business. One thing we don't scrimp and save on is how we invest behind our brands, because that is really the lifeblood of our business going forward. And a lot of the spend in that area is pretty much local. But as you and I can tell, I mean, the city's depreciation has been quite dramatic in the last quarter or so.
Managing Director of Unilever Ghana, Chris Wolf Caesar. Now, Ghana Pay mobile money platform is currently holding about 2.5 million cedis and will close to 1 million subscribers since the introduction of the system. The Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement System gives managers of the platform say the development is expected to enhance payments and improve the ease of doing business in the country as more people are introduced onto the platform. Manager in charge of Gibbs Pay, that is Ghana Pay at Gibbs, Sami Dako, has been speaking to Joy Business after a press briefing in Accra.
As we speak today, we have close to 2.5 million Ghana cedis as from a float, because for Ghana Pay, because it's a backward wallet, the banks are interested in the float. That is where they could actually, like Mr. Hesse mentioned, if the economy wants to develop, it actually develops on the fact that we all are financially included. And as we speak today, we have close to about 2.5 million Ghana cedis worth of as in float sitting on the Ghana Pay mobile money wallet. And we are looking a little bit close to 1 million subscribers on the platform as well, compared to about 20,000 people when we launched the product in 2022.
Samidako is manager of Ghana Pay, managed by Gibbs. The Bank of Ghana has disclosed that it has achieved 62.5% compliance with sustainability banking principles launched for banks in November 2019. The principles ensured that banks observe strict regulations in the financial sector to help them in sustainable economic growth. Speaking at the launch of the Environmental, Social and Governance Certification Program by the Chartered Institute of Bankers, Second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Elsie Odawaji, said there is more room for improvement to achieve 100% compliance.
Based on the bank's reporting to the Bank of Ghana, we observe a continuous improvement in compliance levels since implementation took effect in January 2020. And banking supervision tells me that the average compliance rate for banks as of the end of December 2023 is at 62.5%. And this represents a significant milestone as BSD. Evidently, there's still ways to go, but we have come a long way from ground zero, and so it's good news.
Second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Elsie Odawaji. Today on the Joy Business Band, we feature 3 young fabricators behind J's Design Innovation. They will showcase their first in their works, which is an adjustable barbecue grill machine.
3 fabricators into the production of cookware, furniture, gates, balustrades, and other aesthetic fabrications. We feature J's Design Innovations, which has produced as a first of its works an adjustable barbecue grill machine.
We were challenged to look within our society and then find a problem and solve.
But what makes the barbecue grill machine unique?
Our barbecue grill machine has a flipping mesh. So with that, you pull down the handle and then the whole mesh flips over without you, the user, using your hands in contact with what you are grilling.
Young fabricators with big dreams.
We intend to be one of the best welding and fabrication company
with precision quality in Ghana.
Catch Jay's design innovations on the Joy Business van this Wednesday.
And of course, there's a full episode at 1 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report and 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. Well, let's find out how the currency is doing this morning. 15 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos should get you $1 this morning. The British pound is going for 19 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos. The euro, on the other hand, is trading at 16 Ghana cedis, 46 pesos. On the commodities market, crude oil increased to $85 a barrel this morning. Gold lost almost $3 and is selling at $2,316 an ounce. Cocoa open trading at $7,848 a ton, up to losing $72. And that's all for the Joy Business Report on the Super Morning Show. Back to you, Winston.
Thank you very much, George Riafe. You see, how's the dollar doing? Or the city, actually.
Is it the one that someone said the cities appreciate, or the dollar is appreciating against the city, you know? But let's see. I think that if really the issue was about uncertainty and lack of confidence and the fear, maybe what has transpired over the last 3 days, let's see how that could impact on the currency.
You know, from the literature, you're definitely right.
Yeah.
But except that today also people have, currency is a store of value.
Yeah.
But people have, resorted to using the dollar as their store of value.
Yeah.
And are unwilling to give it up.
Yeah.
So the challenge is that how do you convince those who keep the dollar believing that it's their store of value to give it up?
But don't forget also that there's this argument that there are some who've also just locked their daily liquidity in the dollars.
That's the whole idea.
And how long can you do that when you actually, the money of transaction locally is cedis? So there is an extent in which you can hold those monies.
Because there are those who believe
Yeah.
that buying bonds and other government securities, it is better to have dollars because at all costs the cedi will depreciate.
That is when this is more of a reserve for you.
Yes,
but what
but-
about those who've locked their liquidity, major liquidity in dollars?
You see, so for those
There's an
people-
extent that you
those
can
people-
continue holding it.
For those people, they still will trade in, day out.
Yeah.
For those people who actually would have to do business with the dollar.
You have to pay your workers.
Yes,
you
but
have
see, for
to
those
daily
persons-
fill your tank, maybe generator.
George, you know what they do? They
Yeah.
don't actually hold all of their money.
Some actually
What they
pumped
do, so
most.
for the importers, what
Yeah.
they do is that, for the importers, what they do is that
Yeah.
once they get money, they convert
Importers
it into dollars.
is okay.
Yes. They convert
Western,
it
I
into
agree.
dollars because they know
Yeah.
that they're going to import, and it's better
But
to do so.
what about somebody who is not in the import business? There were people who actually moved to cash in on this. Take about even 50 million Ghana cedis, try and buy dollars and keep it. But you need that money for your daily transactions.
For those people, they would release it.
So now
What-
you'll be
but what's
forced
their
to release
percentage?
onto the market.
What's their percentage? Is the real issue.
Yeah, they are huge.
Well, they are not that huge. Anyway, let's get to our inspirational song for today. It's Diana Hamilton with Work in Progress. I'm sure everything we're doing
Everything is work in
is work in
progress.
progress. work in progress. Everything in this country. Work in progress. I like this song. Work in progress.
Yes, we are consistently chiseling ourselves into proper fold so that we become better men.
Good morning, Raymond Akwa.
Good morning, my dear friend.
I hope you're doing very well.
Oh, as is expected of normal human beings, atrophy sometimes.
I like your sandals, though. I like your sandals. Looks very nice.
I'm a man of the masses.
It's not like but this is not like an
This is just
sandals, right?
This is just
this is a sandals that like the Louis Vuitton shops and all the rest.
This is from Achimota.
This is not from Achimota.
Behind Achimota school.
This looks like a Louis Vuitton sandals.
Okay.
When Raymond paints the picture,
the unfortunate thing is that Raymond, I mean, I'm sure those who get onto Facebook
will see.
They'll see whether it's
for the masses.
And the picture of creating
Louis Vuitton or whether it's from
you know, I had one friend
Medina Market or wherever we know.
Under 100 city. Under 100 city.
Normally when you are in the States and you are doing sales and all the rest, and the person walked into a Louis Vuitton shop, you know, and then I think it was like 70% discount. Then he took a spectacles. And he asked the guy at the shop. He said, "Oh, that's about $2,500."
Even with
70%. And he said that is even the cheapest.
It reminds me of my funny story years ago in Cardiff. You know, I actually bought this. I was buying a suit. And then the guy there says, it doesn't fit. And I said, oh, it fits. He says, no, it doesn't fit. And I said, oh, but it fits. Now, the guy says, yeah, I know what did the trick is the price. I mean, it was during sales.
But instead of standard of living, it's a little bit okay, right?
Yeah, it's okay, but this one was at around £120 or so. So I wanted to buy it. It looked very nice. The guy says, but that was because it was during a sale period. The guy says, oh, I know what did the trick is the price. But unfortunately, it doesn't fit. So, with no option, I mean, because now you can't get it. Anyway, let's get into our Drive Safe campaign.
Yes, and the Drive Safe campaign is brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality. Today, I am listing for your attention and action 10 common human error causes of collisions. 1. Inattention. 2. Too much or too little attention. 3. Not enough time. 4. Not enough space. 5. Not allowing for the mistakes of others. 6. Not enough training. 7. Failure to adjust to conditions. 8. Attitude, but I prefer they put into bracket mental problems. 9. Driver impairment. And 10. Vehicle failure. And I highlighted the mental problems because I propose not only are we supposed to be checking the eyesight of drivers every year, anytime that they anytime they have to actually renew their license, we should also be checking the mental state of some of our drivers every time.
Even with the eyesight, there are people who are evading. Are not
you don't want that.
It's about the difficulty in getting it done.
Yes,
I've seen one thing now. It appears that now more eye facilities are now being given approval by the DVA to do it remotely instead of having to go there physically. So maybe more health facilities are also being given approval.
If you go, there are people who are purporting to have proper eyesight, but they are impaired.
Yes,
they don't know, maybe because they are not used to. And they struggle. You see the guy squinting to see, especially when he's in the night.
So in the night, I struggle. The light is not high.
I have a friend who wanted to join the military, the Air Force.
Okay.
He went through and reached the final stage, the interview. After the eye test, they told him that, my brother, you don't have a good eyesight.
Wow.
He didn't even know at that point in time.
And it's very possible that many people are driving in the Republic.
Anyway, let's learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done. You say either, I say either.
And today's word is a very simple one. Sometimes we have to just undergo some revision exercises. And so here's one that someone stopped me and asked me. You have been engaging in a discussion and everybody says poultry farm, poultry farm, poultry farm. What is the right pronunciation? Poultry. Raymond, you want to give it a try?
Poultry.
Fantastic. So for all of you who say poultry farm, that's not how to go about it.
Poultry farm, not to say.
Poultry. It's very simple. Okay? So if you want to say it right, please, poultry. And that's how you say it right. Okay, let's get into the newspaper review brought to us by Syntestanga, you're stronger, you're tough, and Access Bank, more than banking.
Now, the Daily Guide is reporting this morning, Fred Blake champions medical tourism. That's on the front page of the paper. And as Bidietu Asante is ambassador at large. It's also on the front page of the paper. I like the smile. No, medical tourism is a very serious matter.
Yeah,
it's a very important thing.
Need it,
I remember, what they call it, Dr. Anya has won a lot of prizes for being a leading member in the area, Holy Trinity and that. Now, NDC not committed to free SHS bill. So in the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana, whenever any matter is raised, then Alexander Afenyomakin, who is majority leader, will say, okay, yeah, he's almost ready with this free SHS bill. So they should put it on the agenda for you to be engaged. Then to gauge the reaction from the other side, because he appeared to have been successful in getting the NDC to issue an official statement and saying that we support the bill, or we cannot oppose a bill we have not seen its details of, but we support any attempt to improve free SHS. So consistently he's asking that. I think Parliament, if we want to seriously deal with anything related to free SHS, and if you have heard what Professor Kilapasoya is saying, Parliament can be a very great place to look at the policy properly, review it, give it that bipartisan support going forward. It appears nobody in the Republic of Ghana can say you are opposed to what Constitution says in Article 25, providing progressively free. The difficulty is whether or not, and I can use the words of Professor Kilapasoya, whether or not a blanket introduction for everybody is the right thing to do, especially when you are challenged when it comes to providing for every other group within the space. And
I think it's about Raymond.
We will get to know that if we go through the multi-dimensional poverty report, it will show you the massive inequalities in the education sector, especially when there are schools across the country, people who cannot have access at all. And yet others are having it in ways that perhaps they may not need anyway.
And I think the policy...
And you're also pretending to be provided everything that is needed at all levels. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the way the parents who send their children to senior high schools know that if you don't supplement heavily, your child will starve for a very long time.
I think the policy in principle is a good thing, but it's about the implementation, and that is it. I mean, and also being able to identify those who actually cannot pay. Because if someone like Raymond Akwa, and you are telling him that he should enjoy, the son should enjoy FSHS, he can afford to pay, allow him to pay. You know,
sure, he can pay.
Yeah, the Economy Times had released a refer phase of the Petroleum Hub project to begin soon, as 12 billion funding secured almost half of Ghanaians enduring severe poverty. That is according to the Ghana Statistical Service report. Petroleum revenue plummeted to 25% amidst decline in production. That is what we have in the Economy Times.
Before I move on from the Daily Guide, there's a story on page 6 that's very interesting because of what's happening. Spartan Ives, that is debunks Ablakwe's baseless claims. This is a lead. Okay, so Spartan Ives Limited, a leading name in the logistics and advisory services in Ghana, has categorically refuted unsubstantiated claims of wrongdoing made by the NDC MP for Northton, Samuel Okudjota Ablakwa. The company in a statement indicated that the allegation made by the MP and carried by some media houses are part of a broader attempt to tarnish its reputation. What's the crux of this allegation? The statement pointed out that while it is widely known that Spartan Ives Limited is one of the stakeholders in the Polo Beach Club located near the Labadi Beach Hotel, Polo Beach Club has neither denied Labadi Beach Hotel of its access to the beachfront, nor interfere with the operations of the hotel. The statement said the Polo Beach Club is one of the many local businesses operating on the beachfront, but categorically stated they have not taken over the beachfront of Labadi Beach Hotel. Permit me to take you to what Labadi itself think of this particular issue, because we know that Labadi itself had issued a statement saying that they were challenging. Remember when Bryce Simmons had put out a statement on Twitter indicating, it's X, yes, sometimes, yeah, on X, indicating difficulty with Labadi accessing its beachfront because of this particular, the name is Polo Club. Yeah. Labadi then came out to say that it is committed, and this is the way they used, to reclaiming encroached, that's the term they also used, areas. In the statement, in fact, it says, in response to recent social media publications, David Duduafo, the managing director of Hotel Investment Ghana Limited, aka Labadi Beach Hotel, released a statement addressing the concerns. Indeed, the Imani vice president had highlighted a temporary facility erected for the year of return in 2019, alleging it had been turned into a permanent structure, and this is the same facility they are talking about, blocking the view for hotel residents and causing disturbances with loud music every weekend. However, in response, Mr. Duff said the management had been drawn to a recent social media publication alleging land encroachment. The hotel is committed to reclaiming encroached areas, firmly believing in the rightful ownership of its land. A Duafu statement called for support and understanding as Labadi strives to uphold the legacy of Ghana's most prestigious five-star beach resort amidst these allegations and controversies. So perhaps they think that but if you have been there, if you go to where the spa of Labadi Beach is, you cannot leave to that end. You can't see the beachfront. It is erected just there, unless you go and find some small corner. So Labadi has been forced to now have some small, if you extend this, it's just like from the entirety of this studio. That is basically what is left of his beachfront for people like you who go to Labadi to go and sit there. At some point, and it's true. Remember, that place became a temporary structure, which moved into permanent structure.
Yeah,
and we know the history of this.
Well, you're very right, and I think that
I don't know why the matter has not even gone to court.
No, I'm sure this is not lost.
It's supposed to be in court.
This is not lost on all of us. I was at Labadi Beach Hotel yesterday.
If I go to a car park, you will not see that beachfront.
You will not see anything. If you want to get
so
to
it is
the beach,
Labadi
you have to go
with limited beachfront. I don't know if it's a beach hotel again.
To look at the beachfront in terms of the angles and all the rest. But again, if it's established that it used to be the property of Labadi in terms of looking at the view from different diagonal angle, then maybe fine. But I don't think that if you are there right now, you can't see the beachfront.
If you are standing at the spa, you cannot see the beachfront unless you come to the side where Labadi is it something
there's a bar there.
Yeah, there's a bar where they do the CIMG. Yes.
Bar,
if
so
you don't get the CIMG
there,
part, you will not see the beachfront, and we can all see the erection.
In fact, it's actually been walled.
Yes. So this business that okay.
I was there yesterday.
So this is Labadi Limited Beach Hotel. Because beachfront is not complete.
Let's get into the other stories. I'm sure the Ghanaian Times, George, before we get online.
Yeah, it has a lead story says that I'll safeguard Ghana's democracy. President pledges ahead of December 7 polls, and also 84,263 candidates involved in exams and malpractice in past 3 years. That is according to WAIG. And also don't abolish death penalty for all. Intentional murderers do not deserve to live, and that's according to the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Osei-Wusu. And these are the lead stories.
I agree,
on the.
Well, see, death penalty is reserved for the worst of the worst.
Has it deterred?
No, but it's not supposed to necessarily deter people. It's reserved for the worst of the worst.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's not as if you commit manslaughter, then we give you the penalty. No.
But there's a story about WAEC, about examination malpractice.
84,263 candidates.
Let me just say this. I emceed the WAEC Distinction Awards. There, I was shocked when I was told that some students, in fact, 4 students in the last exam, just put stickers, religious stickers, in their answer booklet.
Hey.
They didn't answer the questions.
Sir, appear on the paper.
Religious, and others actually write their numbers, asking the examiners to call them.
But if
young ones,
but if we allowed Obinim and Co. to parade stickers as solutions to problems, these kids, they learn from their parents.
You know, there was
so I'm not shocked. It is a natural transition anyway.
Is it Thursday theater? Or was it Gaja P?
Yeah,
Gaja P, sorry. And
but you see, I was
when they were holding some rosary and they went to the examination and appear on the paper.
I mean, that was just like, a Thursday theater.
Yeah,
but
Thursday
for these
theater.
people, and
but that's the reality always think.
For a 17, 18-year-old to actually write mobile number on a paper, asking examiner to call.
So we discuss. Terms and conditions.
And you see, it cuts across where the things that you're supposed to do and the belief system and all the rest. For those who think that, when I believe in this is going to happen for me. All the religions I believe that talks about the practicality and hard work and preparing for a course. You understand me? What God will do is that help you to give you the retentive memory, so that you can write. I mean, there are times when you write, I ask for more paper.
No, but is it fair that your colleagues are learning? You say that
I don't know the
you
last
should
time
be
I asked for
favored
more
to.
paper.
Oh, really?
Anyway, I don't know.
Are you sure?
I will.
No, but the
supplementary sheets.
Anybody who's seen me writing exam, I don't know the last time I asked for more paper.
Oh, really?
Some
Anyway,
people ask for more paper and still fail.
let's get to the online news review. Brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest. Goal Good Energy, Go Yenare Dia, and G&J Technical Services celebrating 30 years of providing backup power in Ghana.
Now, Good Energy has hit the road with exciting choices to energize your vehicle. It is giving you more options to take you further. Watch this space for your choice. Goal Yenare Dia.
And this summer, experience a perfect holiday getaway courtesy of your Zenith Visa card. Spend a minimum of 3,000 Ghana cedis in at least 5 transactions with your Zenith Visa card and win an all-expense-paid trip to the Olympic Games in Paris. Also up for grabs are other consolation prizes. Don't be left out. Make it a memorable summer with your Visa card. For more information, visit zenithbank.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. But I'm sure you've been following happenings in Kenya. Just listen to this.
What's happening? Young Kenyans are demonstrating for their rights. They're demonstrating with flags and banners. I can't even see anymore. They're being tear gassed. They're being tear
Polisi wameshuti mpaka wamechoka.
So in Kenya, young persons have gone onto the street protesting what they term as, so they're protesting the finance bill, which imposes taxes on them because they say their situation is terrible. And the last thing they need is more taxes. Now, this is a statement from the Law Society of Kenya. It says, Law Society of Kenya statement on killing of protesters during finance bill demonstrations in Nairobi and across the country. And I speak to you on this Black Tuesday, not just as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, but equally as a peace-loving patriot. Apart from being the LSK president, I'm a mother, an aunt, a sister, a daughter, and a wife. Like all mothers whose children have been killed, injured, tortured, or abducted in the hands of cops, I feel the pain of my countrymen. The Gen Z whom you call children are out in the streets fighting for you, fellow parents, in the National Police Service, Parliament, Cabinet, and air-conditioned government offices. Just imagine your child is out there seeking justice when you are comfortably enjoying life. Have we no shame? Are we still a God-fearing nation? To the clergy, council of imams and preachers, where are you today as the country goes down the slope of dictatorship without respect to the rule of law? Where is my beloved Catholic Church, or what became of the Kenyan Conference of Catholic Bishops? What is the Anglican Church of Kenya, the National Council of Churches, when young Kenyans are being dropped dead by bullets from police officers? Does the Supreme Council of Kenyan Muslims still exist? When the time comes to perform burial rites to the dead protesters, what will you tell their family members? Where was the shepherd when the enemy raided and scattered the flock? What stops you, men of the cloth, from joining peaceful Kenyans in the streets? Or are you comfortably hiding behind the pulpit, waiting for us to come on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, carrying gifts, offertory, tithe? Is that all you care about? Even if it's not the finance bill, then please come out and let's protect our children, our brothers and sisters, or better still, your grandchildren. Says, distinguished ladies and gentlemen from the diplomatic corps, you may not be Kenyans. It's okay, we get it. However, does it bother you when armed police officers engage peaceful 15, 17 to 19-year-olds and boys in running battles?
I am one of those people that really do not in any way oppose protest. I have difficulty with it turning violent in any form. But see, there is a certain attitude of the usual African politician that is repugnant. These people started social media protest. They started by those things that they posted consistently on social media. It reached the point they even said that we're going to churches to go and tell the leaders of the churches to help them talk to the government. Yeah. Within that same period, a very surprising move was made in Parliament to go ahead in passing it. Then you ask yourself, those who made the decision, who do they represent? Because you are representing the people. You did not even listen to them in the first place. What happened to engaging people when they have legitimate issues, and the issues they are very legitimate? If nobody will be fighting these young people because you made promises to them prior to coming to office, including I will reduce taxes rather. Don't worry, I'm dissociating myself from the previous president. I'll be a different leader. Then when you come into power, they are saying the living conditions are not allowing you to increase taxes. They say, oh yeah, we'll go ahead and do so. Sometimes you ask yourself, in whose interest and in whose name are these people operating? What they don't know is that the conversation is changing because people are becoming fed up when issues compound and they are getting to the position where they do not feel that older people on the continent represent their interest. They are increasingly being isolated from them. And that's a serious worry that I'm expecting all political leaders, especially the Kenyan president, appear to be progressive. So that's why this thing is a bit problematic to me. I was really disappointed even in his statement anyway.
He coming to power, there are some who also feel that he's been a different person altogether. And for me, it's very unfortunate. Every life matters. And for me, it's unacceptable that there are still other means of restricting these protesters than to take anybody's life.
William Ruto, when he came into office,
when Americans invaded the capital, took whatever, how many people were shot dead?
And you see,
I mean, it looks like we are different. The mentality.
It looks like we're back.
The kind of yes.
Because you see, this is
our
the
people
point.
have that kind of thing.
This is the point.
With reckless abandon, abuse and shoot and kill anybody they want.
And look, you can see them. These young ones who were demonstrating. Not all of them are wearing masks. Even if they wear masks, you can see them. Okay, the police can actually arrest them, like they arrested persons in the US.
Yeah,
and the man who supported them is still
and let's already review footages and actually use that to look for the people.
In America, the beacon of democracy. It would have been so disgraceful that it would have hidden everything. But they showed it up because that's how you learn. And you see, the thing about insurgencies, and if I call it an insurgency, I call it so because this is an attempt by a young people reversing an asymmetrical relationship between them and the people in power. The people in power don't know what they feel.
Yeah.
So they are trying to tell you that this is what we feel. This is how bad you've treated us over the period. And so since you are not prepared to listen to us, we are coming to take your comfort away by just demonstrating and sacking you from... Look,
Sri Lanka, they took over the office of the president. They were in the swimming pool. Did you hear a single gunshot?
Look,
we are special.
I mean, I don't subscribe to young ones going to burn Parliament House or anything.
Yeah.
But what you do is that for those young people, as peace officers, you arrest them. And you can arrest them. I'm told that in some parts of Kenya, the military are very quiet. They are not engaged in, they are not shooting. The military is not going out there to shoot these young ones. The police that is doing that. But this is the point. Look, let's go to Kenya and some few months ago and watch what happened to one of their top generals who was assassinated. Bear that in mind. Fast forward it to what you're experiencing today. I say that those in authority would have known long ago because they were planning on, social media.
But at least they'll have all the intelligence to...
Now, if you have the intelligence, what is it? So, first of all, they talked about taxes on bread and other things. You see, I've removed the taxes on bread. But you keep taxes on other things that they complain about, including sanitary pads. Now, if they say they're unhappy with this, what do you do? The thing about taxes, in all its fairness and equity, is that sometimes you also must ensure that progressively those who earn more will pay more. And the thing that everybody consumes that is most used by the poor, you don't go taxing it. Sometimes we will bring in the issue about equity and say, because of that. But you see, in an era where people are struggling, the things that are mostly used by the less privileged are the things that must be exempted. It is the reason in this country, when we started the conversation about e-levy, they quickly said, but 100 Ghana cedis is not going to be affected by e-levy. And the conversation then was to trumpet that and say, because mostly transactions hover around 100 Ghana cedis or less by the less privileged, we are not taxing the less privileged. So the conversation then was like, okay, the poor is not being affected. Well, but really, today, 100 cedis is not anything. And so you probably will be sending 200, 300, you could be affected. But at least, for purposes of conversation and advocacy, you say, those who are poor are not going to be affected by this. And then you went ahead to say, okay, if you're doing these transfers at merchant points here and we're not going to be affected, and people started this whole conversation about a la carte shot, you go out there and take it. But this is the point. When the Malaysians were planning their own insurgency, the British realized that they actually were using the deprivation within their communities. What did they do? The things they were complaining about were the things the British government provided for them. So you say, we don't have this, they provided it for you. Then the next time, you don't have an avenue to go onto the streets and demonstrate. If these people had actually decided to tax more the earnings of the rich in society, tax more the earnings of the rich in society, their incomes, you wouldn't have had the young ones on the street. There are avenues that you can look at and tax. I'm not in Kenya today, but there are different areas you can look at and tax and say, okay, I don't want to tax, let's say, corporate income tax because you tell me to affect your investment, but I want to tax personal income tax. I want to introduce another level. If you earn, like we did in Ghana, if you earn this amount of money, pay us more. And if you are importing things, but Kenya under COVID-19 actually reduced import duties on staples so that the people will be better off. Today, if you have sufficiency, you go in and say, for things that you think we have, we're sufficient in this country, I want to put something small on it. And then you help your community. What's this whole thing? Anyway, guys, ordinarily we would have brought you the BBC News at 7, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. And Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime. But as you know, we're talking about the Kenyan situation and lessons that all of us can learn. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Demonstrating with flags and banners. I can't even see anymore. They're being tear gassed. They're being tear
Polisi wameshuti mpaka wamechoka.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Old pirates, yes, they rabbi, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from
I can't even see anymore. They're being tear gassed. They're being tear
Wacha tunachukua tu huko direct. Mana? Polisi wameshuti mpaka wamechoka.
We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Good energy hits the road with exciting choices to energize your ride, giving you more options to take you further. Watch this space for your choice.
Goil, yeah.
Accra and many parts of Ghana face many challenges each year, including inadequate housing and flooding. Many lack access to affordable, safe, and sustainable housing. Meanwhile, yearly flooding disrupts lives, destroys property, and takes a toll on the economy. This is why the Bench 2024 seeks to bring together key stakeholders to tackle Ghana's housing and hydrology challenges through collaboration. Under the theme, Enhancing Collaboration to Tackle Ghana's Housing and Hydrology Challenges, we will work together to create lasting change. Join us at the Labadi Beach Hotel, Accra from July 2nd to 4th, 2024 to be part of the change. For more details and to secure your spot, visit www.benchh.mwh.gov.gh or call 0249 532 984 today. See you at the Bench 2024.
Join us this summer for the prestigious International Conference on Property Investment and Profit Making, the ultimate guide to financial freedom. Delve into the theme, how to earn and maximize passive income through commercial property investment in the United States. Mark your calendar for 29th and 30th October 2024 at Trump Towers International Hotels, Chicago, USA. Register now to secure your spot. Early bird registration ends 15 July and standard registration closes on July 30th, 2024. Registration starts from $500 to $1,550, which allows you 2 nights stay at Trump Towers Hotel, Chicago, lunch buffet, welcome cocktail, conference ticket, and many more. For those in need of visa support to attend, visit our conference website on conference.chicagowestluxuryhomes.com and register to get an invitation, or call us on 0536 502295 for further information.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307 086 370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Joy 99.7 FM.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling. Oh, you a work, but you know it's I on your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's I on your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
Hello, Auntie Araba. Hey, Bugger, how are you doing today? I want to buy Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, but I don't have enough money. So what are you going to do? Can you give me the big size? You know, as for me, I'll pay the balance later. Today, no credit. I haven't sold much this morning. If you don't have enough money for the big size, why don't you try the 120-gram pack? There's a 120-gram pack? Introducing the new Pepsodent Cavity Fighter in 120-gram pack size. More affordable and convenient. Get yours today from any supermarket near you. Every smile matters. This advert is FDA approved.
Do you know what that is? It's the sound of me looking into my Nido 23 grams promo sachet for a code so I can win in the Nido Opatampamo promo.
Become one of the 3 lucky winners of a fully paid family getaway in Nido's Opatampamo promo. Look inside your Nido 23 grams promo sachet for a code. Dial *380*11# and follow the prompts for a chance to win big. This advert is FDA approved.
Anymore, pop quiz. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Can you give me 3 words that start with omni?
Oh, that's easy. Omnibus, omnipotent,
Omniwana.
omnibus. The bank with a really nice signboard.
Hey, Radzi. You mean Omnibisic. OMNIBSIC. Omnibisic. Let me hear you say it.
Omnibisic.
Perfect.
Is that an abbreviation?
Not entirely. And it's not just a bank with nice signboards either. Omnibisic Bank is Ghana's fastest growing bank with innovative banking products and headquarters in Atlantic Tower at Airport City, Accra, as well as 40 branches across the country. Omnibisic Bank has the final word on excellent customer service delivery in Ghana.
Plus, they have the coolest signboard.
Yes, they do. And the coolest name, Omnibisic.
At your service.
Wake up. Good morning. Good morning.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Well, it's a Wednesday morning, some 25 minutes after 7 here on the Super Morning Show. And already, I can see the reggae lovers getting onto the phone and, sending messages. Yes, don't worry, we'll make your morning. We'll give you more of great culture tunes. Or Raymond, what do you say?
Yes. There's no need to throat with the devil. For me now go in a Babylon kingdom. Samuel, what does it mean? If you go bed, no bread. Me now go in a Babylon kingdom. If you go bed, no bread. As for Satan Company, they are snipers. Them are snipers. Putting First Corinthians.
Which one is the First Corinthians?
What's the First Corinthians 2:5?
What is there?
I don't even know.
Let me check. Let me check. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 5. Now that's Samuel.
We don't want you to behave like people who quote Bible then that thing that's nothing there.
We want to.
Okay.
1 Corinthians.
Yes.
2.
That your faith might not rest in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. Yeah, this is similar. It is actually close to it, right? The advantage of spiritual preaching, not just expository preaching, but it's significant anyway.
Okay.
I mean, it's acceptable. We are inclined to think that you are on the right path.
Yes. But of course, Raymond, this morning we have a very important conversation.
Sure.
7.3 million of us, multidimensionally poor.
Yes.
And here we are not talking about how much you earn.
Yeah.
We're talking about the basic amenities of life. How many people lack the basic things of life. 78% of them have no access to toilets.
We should be ashamed of ourselves, actually. We should, and you see, I like the idea of putting together this particular survey as part of its objective is to be able to tell policymakers that despite all the things you say, all the monies you presume to have invested or pumped into a sector, there are still things that are outstanding that ought to be dealt with. It talks about education, it talks about healthcare, because we do it. We tell ourselves that we are made.
But a fair don't have access to insurance. More than that, don't have access to insurance.
Think about it. I mean, this is the 21st century. So if you don't have access to insurance, what happens when things happen to you? What do you do? Do you resort to prayers? Do you have to use other means? See, now there's an important point it made in the report, even in the introduction. It talked about measuring poverty through MPI being essential for 4 reasons. Keeping the underprivileged at the forefront of political and economic discussions. 1, which is very important.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we just ignore and say, we have spent 2 billion, 16 billion, 15 billion. Directing development funds to high poverty areas. Think about it. So that the money is not where it's going where it's supposed to go, and not merely because we are spending it. So directing development funds to high poverty areas is key. Monitoring and assessing poverty alleviation initiatives. Review. And evaluating the efficiency of institutions in combating poverty. You think about all of these 4 reasons why there is a multi-indicator cluster determining the kind of poverty we have in this republic. You think about why it is important that we do not just pretend to have reduced poverty, but there is relevance and there is evidence to back the claim. In fact, of course, I mean, as a reflection of Ghana's commitment to ensuring no one is left behind, that's our commitment. We made this commitment. This report usually, as you know, analyzes 4 areas: education, health, and employment too. Living conditions of you and I. So, if today the conversation we are having, you on your level as an individual, the living conditions you're talking about, I mean, sometimes it's expressed differently. But you even tell me, last year, the amount of money you spent on breakfast is the same amount you have spent on breakfast this year.
Oh, how? My brother.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing it on that local micro level as an individual, the amount of money you spent on breakfast, you take yourself out, take the young child who's going to school today, the amount of money you gave them. I remember recently a child was talking about how donuts in their school had increased in price, and he doesn't understand why his amount of money he takes to school cannot buy the number of donuts that he used to get previously. So it affects everybody. But when you aggregate all of these living conditions, from education, from health, from also the other things that make us proper human beings, then you can increasingly tell ourselves that we're on the right track. There's also a part of this, using proper fuel for cooking. And why is that important? See, if you use charcoal and wood fuel within the same building, you are polluting yourself. Respiratory tract infections kill a lot of people in this country. The pollution from this and related factors also cause a lot of danger to us. So you can also join us and tell us, Fentio, for example, now he's been eating a lot compared to last year. This is not matter of birthday now. I'll deal with your birthday later. Compared to last year, the amount of money you are spending on breakfast, has it increased or decreased? Is it the same?
Well, it has increased. It can never be the same.
I've reduced the quantum of...
Oh, the food.
Okay. So he has reduced the quantum of
cost.
To maintain the cost.
Maintain the expenditure.
No, because you see, in France, people started reducing the quantity. They warned them. They were checking, in the French situation, what is it that you cannot reduce? For the same price, they had started reducing it.
Yeah.
You should inform me that I've reduced the volume of that for the same price.
Yes.
Well, that's a conversation we're going to be having here on the Super Morning Show. But Raymond has asked you two questions. He's asked you whether the amount of money you spent buying breakfast last year, whether you spend the same amount this year.
I still do.
You still do?
Except that I consume less breakfast now. That's what I'm
saying. So if we're to do the analysis properly, it means that you get to spend, more. If you're to eat the same amount last year, you would have spent more.
If we're to maintain the original.
Anyway, Toyota Ghana Company.
Afford to.
Yes.
I have to make my own personal adjustment.
That's the whole
and that's
idea.
why I'm losing weight.
That's the whole idea.
That's
the whole idea. And let me tell you about Toyota Ghana Company Limited Legon branch, which is hosting an exclusive service clinic on Saturday, June 29. Drive down to Toyota Ghana Legon branch and treat your car to a day of pampering with professional care. Now we're offering an array of complimentary services, which will include free diagnosis, get a thorough checkup from our expert technicians and engineers to help to ensure your vehicle's efficiency, headlamp cleaning, enhance your nighttime visibility, and give your headlights a sparkling new look. Body waxing protects your car's paint and give it an irresistible showroom shine. And that's not all. There'll be an exciting interaction with our insurance partners and a chance to learn some handy maintenance tips from our professionals. So whether you're a car enthusiast or just want to make sure your vehicle is in top shape, join us at Toyota Ghana Legon branch on Saturday, June 29th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a day dedicated to you and your car with absolutely free vehicle diagnosis, affordable oil change, spare part sales, and automotive paint refinishes. For more details, visit our website, toyotaghana.com, or call or WhatsApp us on 025-7955-447.
Now join Chicago West Luxury Homes this summer for the prestigious International Conference on Property Investment and Profit Making, the ultimate guide to financial freedom. Delve into the theme, how to earn and maximize passive income through commercial property investment in the United States of America. Mark your calendar because we are going on the 29th and the 30th of October 2024. This is happening big and live at Trump Towers International Hotel. At the time, would you have become president yet?
Not yet.
You're not yet, eh?
No, not yet.
Yeah. I almost said the presidential hotel, but at Trump Towers International Hotels in Chicago, USA. Register now to secure your spot. Early bird registration ends on the 15th of July and standard registration closes on July 30th, 2024. Registration starts from $155 to $1,550, which allows you 2 nights stay at the Trump Towers Hotel in Chicago with lunch buffet, welcome cocktail, conference ticket, and many ones that Winston will be extremely interested in. The speakers are Roman Bassi, USA, Bob Marsh, USA, and the revered Jerry James, USA, and many other people who will be speaking and guiding you on how to earn passive income. For visa support and further information, please visit our conference website, which is conference.chicagowestluxuryhomes.com, and register to get your invitation or call us on 0536502295 for further information.
And Access Bank has brought banking closer to you with our agency banking service called Access Closer. Yes, we've brought banking right to your neighborhood. Look out for an Access Closer agent in that neighborhood store, mobile money outlet, supermarket, barbering shop, or pharmacy near you. So go on and deposit or withdraw cash, pay bills, buy insurance, transfer cash to other banks, link account to mobile money wallet, and so much more with Access Closer right in your neighborhood. That's not all. You can also be the bank in your neighborhood, become an Access Closer agent, and earn over $10,000 monthly. So what are you waiting for?
That got a smile on Raymond's face.
Yeah.
Call 0302-742-696 to register as an agent today. You can also visit our website, ghana.accessbankplc.com, or social media for more details. We're closer than you think. Access Bank, more than banking.
Certainly more than banking, because I'll be earning some. Now, in today's competitive business landscape, a healthy workforce is the foundation of success. This is why we have designed our corporate health plans to empower you and your employees and also enhance your organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, you are not just investing in insurance, you are investing in the future of your company. Our plans are tailored to meet the unique needs of your employees, providing comprehensive healthcare and coverage with incomparable benefits. Our commitment goes beyond paperwork and premium like others. At Equity Health Insurance, we stay with you all the way, right from the beginning to the end. Call us on 0501 515 124 or 0506 607 910 and let us serve you better. Equity Health Insurance, here for you.
And let me say good morning to the CEO of Equity Health Insurance.
Yes, cool. Good morning.
Yes, Fred, Afari, Elton Fred Afari. I call him Dr. Elton Afari.
You call him
STG. He understands. Anyway, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices. Now they've introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com. Without physically coming to any of their branches, it's hassle-free, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. And they offer free delivery within Accra and term and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Hey, parents and guardians, if you're looking for the ultimate destination to make your child's dream come true, look no further than Kidsville. This is located on Sprinters Road, right next to Noble House and Palace Mall. Kidsville is your go-to spot for high-quality kids fashion, fun toys, exciting games, and fantastic learning materials. At Kidsville, they've got everything to keep your little ones stylish, entertained, and educated. From trendy outfits to the latest toys and educational tools, Kidsville truly is where every kid's dream blossoms. Want to find out more? Give them a call at 0274 06 6666. That's 0274 06 6666, or visit their website at kidsvillegh.com. And don't forget to follow them on all social media platforms at kidsvillegh to stay updated with all the latest products and events. Kidsville, where every kid's dream blossoms. There's a dream that's supposed to blossom today.
We'll see how it goes, but as a business, you're always exploring innovative ways to maximize your operations and foster growth in today's dynamic environment. We know that no great story was ever written alone. With a little help from the ABSA Supplier Finance Program, you can pay your suppliers early so that you can extend your payment terms without compromising your supply relationship. By optimizing your working capital, your suppliers will also benefit from early access to funds, enhancing their financial stability and cash flow, so that the next chapter of your business is one of growth and achievement. Visit absa.com.gh or speak with your relationship manager today for more details on the ABSA Supplier Finance Program. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters, ABSA.
Now, do you have a game-changing and innovative business idea or project that can impact society? This is your moment to share your game-changing innovative business idea with us. Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startup of the Year. This is a great challenge. This year, we are looking for 3 winners. The best entrepreneur, also known as the Innov App winner, the best project or innovative business idea, exemplifying recycling and minimizing waste. That's the Cycle App winner. And the third one is the best project promoting or relating to sustainable and affordable energies. That's the Power App winner. And that's not all. 4 additional projects in the Power App category will be selected by an international jury. Don't wait any longer. Apply now at startupper.totalenergies.com for your chance to win financial support, professional mentorship, any spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions are apply. Now, Total Energies Startup Challenge.
So imagine buying and selling across Africa from the comfort of your home or office without changing your currency. Imagine just doing that with your own mobile wallet. This is possible with interoperability of payments. The Africa Prosperity Network is hosting the continent-wide Mobile Interoperability Symposium on July 5th at the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra, Ghana, under the theme Scaling Up Interoperability Using Mobile Money to Buy and Sell Across Africa. This groundbreaking event brings together leaders and policymakers to integrate mobile payment systems and remove barriers to cross-border trade. It supports AFTA's Digital Trade Protocol initiative, highlighting the importance of interoperability in the Africa Union's Agenda 2063. Advancing interoperable mobile money platforms will unlock new opportunities, drive economic growth, and empower small businesses like never before. Be part of building an interconnected, prosperous African economy. Register now at register.africaprosperitynetwork.com. For information, contact us on 0536 098 or 0302 737879 or leave us a message. That's at protocol@africaprosperity.network. The future of borderless mobile commerce starts here. When we return after these messages, of course, it will be time for birthday messages and sports here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Life is a stage, and we're all players, playing the supporting role.
The title of my poem is
Playing with rhythm. Playing the lead. Playing to win. Playing with gusto. Playing for the sheer thrill until the curtain falls. Because every journey begins with play. Kickstart yours with MTN. So, what are we doing today? MTN.
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And where do you think you're going?
to train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere. Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved. Life in Denmark can be quite different for an African legend like Michael Essien. The weather, the food, the silence. But there's always a place he can call home.
Home is where your heart is.
SportyBet. Play with champions.
All right, so welcome back. Now time for the birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN.
Everywhere you go.
And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group,
as close as a partner.
Fentu, get close.
I know you want to move away, but let's do this quickly.
Fentu,
yes.
You want to do what?
One birthday.
And it's not.
It's directed to you it's very, ordinarily I'll not do it, but anyway. Okay. This one says, happy birthday, my baby. My heart is filled with an overwhelming sense of longing and love for you. I want to remind you of how much you mean to me. Your strength, kindness, and unwavering support have been my pillars of strength. Every moment we spent together, every laugh we shared, and every challenge we've overcome has only made my love for you grow stronger. I cherish our memories and look forward to creating new memories with you.
Look here.
Thank you for being my rock, my confidant, and my greatest love. I am so grateful, and with the beautiful life we are building, I am counting down the days until I can hold you in my arms again on this special day. I want you to feel all the love I have for you. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and I'm committed to doing everything I can do to make sure you feel my love and appreciation. Happy birthday, my baby. May this year bring you all the joy, success, and love that you deserve. I love you more than words can express. And you know this can never come from me. Never. That's the disclaimer I'm issuing there.
It's from your
wife.
But
is it directed at me?
Yeah,
it's from your wife.
Me.
Your wife sent it to us.
So surprisingly, this is from.
I read all this thing and it wasn't for me. Like the one slap.
Okay,
this is special one for Mrs.
That's the best birthday message anybody has ever sent me.
So
because you don't deserve.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you.
Thank you to my wife. That was a lovely message.
We will come back to your birthday.
Yes.
But now it's time for the sports center.
I love you, baby.
Hey, take your time,
relax.
Let me.
Now we're looking for words. The one do and tap.
Now we have to go to Alaju. So let's continue.
Yes, go for it.
With the sports center, proudly brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. DSTV,
it's your moment.
And they're back for you, Twisco food drink. Twisco
is back.
Power your dream.
Yeah, okay, let me start with Twisco. Hello, Ghana. There's an exciting new chocolate beverage out there on the market from the producers of Cowbell. Permit me to introduce you to Twisco, a chocolate food drink with a blend of premium cocoa powder enriched with Enafort, a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including B, vitamins, vitamin C and D. There's also iron and many more. Twisco is available in 20 gram and can be found at your nearest neighborhood store in a delightful red sachet for only 1 CD 80 pesos. To enjoy all the goodness packed in a sachet, empty content into a mug, mix with 180 ml of previously boiled water, milk, and stir. Start your day with a cup of the greatest in Twisco and power your dream. This advert is FDA approved.
And have you guys heard the latest from MTN? If not, then listen. Because, look, for those of you who love MTN Free After One, Nigeria there, prepare for the upgraded experience that is MTN Free After One Extra. Now, let me tell you what the extra is all about. With MTN Free After One Extra, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk. Which means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute, and you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruptions. You like what you hear? Well, see if that's not enough. You also get 70 megabytes of data for free after your first call. So you now see, now you can talk, with the people that you love. To subscribe to MTN Free After One Extra today, just dial *550#. Just dial *550# and follow the prompts.
Now, so folks, imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right. We are not just offering loans. We are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you are ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of these numbers: 050-153-5789 or 050-153-5790. 0244-674-154 is the last number. Let's chart a cause for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good. Do you know that you share birthday with Hanodame?
I do.
Oh, no.
I found that out the very first birthday I celebrated in this house.
Your birthday before now. Okay, so may your joy overflow in your new year, and may God's grace be abundant upon your life. This is Anna Odami's birthday.
Did you see the birthday emails from yesterday?
Yes.
There's 5 of us in this company who are all celebrating our birthdays today. But good morning to all of you and welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with the birthday boy, Fentuo Tahiru Fentuo. Coming up.
Baumgartner. Savitzer's in. Marcel Savitzer! They've only gone and done it again! Austria irrepressible! Well, you simply cannot write this team off.
Yeah, Austria yesterday stunned the Netherlands to go top of Group D as France settled for second place after drawing against Poland. We'll review last night's action from the Euros and we'll look ahead to today's games. But first, we'll begin here at home. And 3 months after Ghana hosted the 2023 African Games, the total expenditure government spent on the games is still unknown. Yesterday, Sports Minister Mustafa Yusuf presented a report to Parliament on Ghana's hosting of the Games without information on how much was spent in hosting the multi-sport event. The minority in Parliament were not happy about that and the fact that the financials of the Games were not reported. Now, listen to Minority Leader Dr. Kaisel Atuforsing, but first, North Tongue MP Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa.
I have gone through the entire 15-page statement that the Honourable Minister has presented. There is no mention of how much this country has spent on the games. What is the Honourable Minister concealing from this House? What is he hiding? Why can't we be told? Already we have raised concerns about the huge expenditure way beyond what this House approved. Then we intercepted documents that revealed that they had budgeted to spend $48 million on so-called operational expenses.
Mr. Speaker, we know for sure that $15 million US was allocated to a company called M&L Company Limited for 18 days of feeding. Mr. Speaker, that amounts to 226 million Ghana cedis for 18 days. You cannot come here, deliver a statement without accounting for that $15 million for 18 days. Mr. Speaker, this is public money.
Okay, so that's the Minority Leader, Dr. Kaisel Atuforsing there. Before him, you had North Tonga MP Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Well, their responses drew immediate response, actually, from the Majority Leader. The former Majority Leader, I beg your pardon, Osefche Mensah-Bonsu. He says 3 months is a short time for the minister to put together the report on the expenditure.
This is public accounts. It's not for nothing that Article 187 of the Constitution provides that accounting for the usage of public funds should require some period. And indeed, it is 6 months after the expiry of the financial year that this should be properly accounted for. What it means is that after the event, you cannot say that within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the minister should be able to come before this House and explain everything. Mr. Speaker, the Minority Leader, fortunately, is an accountant and he understands these things. Mr. Minority Leader, you cannot demand an audit now.
Okay, that's the former Majority Leader Osefche Mensah-Bonsu there. Let's hear from the minister himself, Mustafa Yusuf. He's explained that the expenditure for the games was not included in the report he presented because a separate question had been filed for him to appear before the House and account for it.
To all members here, that as a minister, we will account for every CD. Every CD is going to be accounted for the games. And I just want you to know that the reason why this statement did not capture the financials is because you have ordered your ranking member to file a question. The question has been admitted by the Speaker of Parliament and he has been referred to me and I'm ready to come and respond. So that is why it wasn't captured. It is not that we are hiding anything. I want that clarity to be made.
All right, that's the Sports Minister, Mustafa Yusuf. Let's move away from those heated exchanges now to the 2024 Bankers League that is scheduled to start on July 20. Joy Sports is a partner for this year's event. The competition is designed to promote healthy living among corporate workers. There's more in this report.
This year's competition is the 5th edition of the Bankers League, and it is expected to have about 12 teams participating. Prince Charles Kosanko, the coordinator for the league, describes this year's event as a special one.
We have 9 banks that have confirmed to us. And this year we are having a series of tournaments this year. We've done it one package. We are having the gala that is coming on first on the 6th of July. Then the league starts 20th of July, and then we'll have the Champions Cup in November. So this year is 3 tournaments in a full season that we are playing together.
National Investment Bank, defending champions of the competition, will win it again, according to Kweku Gansa, assistant captain of the team.
We've played as a unit for a long time, so we just go there, put out the performance and win. It's that easy. We are the Real Madrid of Bankers League.
Also, for Consolidated Bank, their team manager, Benjamin Hooper, and his deputy are optimistic their team will be ready to take on the best in this year's competition.
G has started training, so this year we expect that we'll improve on our performance. We are winning the trophy this year, I can bet you.
The Bankers League will be launched on July 6, with balloting of teams scheduled for July 13. The league itself will start on July 20 and end on November 2.
That's Muftar Nabila Abdullah's report. Now, newly promoted Ghana Premier League side Vision FC have appointed Ghana Under-17 assistant coach Nana Kweku Ajiman as the club's new head coach to take charge of the team for their maiden Ghana Premier League campaign. Nana Ajiman takes over from Hamza Obeng, who guided the side to a historic qualification but does not have the required license to coach in the Ghana Premier League. Now, we are continuing our build-up to this year's Ghana Football Awards, set to come off on Saturday at the Accra International Conference Centre. Today, we take a look at the nominees for the Women's Team of the Year.
The Black Princesses, Army Ladies, Ampemdakwa Ladies, and Hazakes Ladies are the nominees for the Female Team of the Year. The Black Princesses secured a 7th successive qualification to the Under-20 Women's World Cup, as well as qualification to the World Cup. They also claimed gold at the 2023 African Games. Army Ladies enjoyed a good campaign on the local scene as they won the Women's FA Cup for the first time in their history. Despite surrounding their Women's Premier League title this season, Ampemdakwa Ladies made moves on the continent. Having won the Wafubi Champions League qualifiers, they represented Ghana in the CAF Women's Champions League. In their second attempt in the competition, they finished as semi-finalists. Going 2 seasons without winning the Ghana Women's Premier League title, Hazakes Ladies were back in the fold. They finished top of the league in the Southern Zone, ahead of Faith Ladies, and faced Ampemdakwa Ladies in the final, which was played at the University of Ghana Stadium. Despite the absence of Basigi, the Hasmal Ladies defeated the winners of the Northern Zone to reclaim the Women's Premier League title. Winning the title means they have won it for the 5th time in their history, and they will get the opportunity to play in the Wafubi Women's Champions League qualifiers.
That's the lowdown on the nominees for the Women's Team of the Year at this year's Ghana Football Awards. Now, in athletics, Ghana's Abdul Rashid Saminu has secured a spot in the final of the men's 200 meters at the ongoing African Athletics Championships in Douala. The 23-year-old finished second with a time of 20.52 seconds, just behind Cameroon's Emmanuel Eseme, who won the race with a time of 20.47 seconds. In the women's 200 meters, Mary Boachi also advanced to the finals by finishing third in her semi-final heat with a time of 23.36 seconds. However, Anita Frifa did not start her race due to an injury. The 200-meter finals will be held today alongside the men's high jump final, and Ghana's Kadman Yamwa will be competing. At the Euros, Marcel Sabitzer scored the winner as Austria shocked the Netherlands 3-2 to top Group D with 6 points and progressed to the last 16. Despite the defeat, the Netherlands are also through as one of the best third-place teams. Elsewhere in the same group, Mbappe and Lewandowski scored penalties as France and Poland settled for a 1-1 draw. France qualified in second place while Poland finished bottom. Later last night, England were once again held to a goalless draw by Slovenia, but they qualified to the knockout round as Group C winners. There were boos after the game protesting the Three Lions' performance, and Gary Southgate said he was very surprised by the criticism.
Yeah, I understand it. I'm not going to back away from it. The most important thing here is that the supporters stay with the team. I understand the sort of narrative towards me, and that's better for the team than it being towards them. But it is creating an unusual environment to operate in. I've not seen any other team qualify and receive similar.
All right, that's Gary Southgate. Later today, Belgium will be looking to secure qualification when they take on Ukraine. That's at 4. Slovakia against Romania is at the same time. All 4 teams in that group have 3 points. At 7 p.m., there's Turkey against Czech and Portugal against Georgia. That's all this was this morning on the Joy Sports Center. My name is Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Back to you, Winston.
Thank you very much, Fentio Tahiru Fentio, birthday boy. Now time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts.
Good morning and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts. Coming up, the country could soon have access to the international capital markets for fresh dollar borrowings. That's the view of some international investors and Eurobond holders after government reached a deal on restructuring of some $13.1 billion. And the Supreme Court has unanimously dismissed case brought by a Member of Parliament for Boku Central, Mahama Yariga, over the setting up and the operations of the Ghana Amalgamated Trust, that is the GATT. And government is working to roll out visa-free for more countries before the end of this year. It has also made some significant progress on issuance of electronic visas in the coming months. And that's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts.
All right, so Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. And they undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and also do generator rentals. In East Legon, you can locate them on the Lagos Avenue Road opposite Turmeric Hotel. In Tema on the Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead. And at Odoko, where they have their head office, number 77 Anointed, off the Odoko Malam Road. And they have branches nationwide. Anointed, the generator expert. Call them on 0243 480334. And let's get interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Social media messages brought to us by Rapinol. When the pain is too much to bear, grab Rapinol from Danex Iton Starwin PLC. Rapinol, the rapid pain reliever. And EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa. And Malatu from Ernest Chemist. Malatu, power over malaria. So this is a year to stop singing and talking about shopping and enjoying life and just do it. EcoBank has over 1 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes in the EcoBank Million Gang promo for you and over 7,000 others across Ghana. Winners will be rewarded bi-weekly, and you can be one of them, winning up to 10,000 Ghana cedis. There will also be 3 monthly draws, and all you have to do is deposit cash in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis into your EcoBank account at your nearest branch, EcoBank Express Point, or via EcoBank Mobile to stand a chance of winning. Other prizes include fuel vouchers, shopping vouchers, airtime, and many more. Promo runs from now till the 31st of July 2024. It's your time to chop life. Remember, every 500 Ghana cedis deposit earns you an entry into the EcoBank Million Gang draw. A better way to enjoy life, a better way, a better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And this morning, Raymond asked you that simple question, even as we talked about persons who are multidimensionally poor, whether the breakfast you had, the price of it, was the same as what you had last year. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
More money, challenge and enjoyment.
We know say problem day, but you for chop life. Simply deposit cash in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis into your EcoBank account at your nearest branch, Express Point, or through EcoBank Mobile to win your share of over 1 million cedis in prizes in the EcoBank Million Gang promo, EMG. Be one of over 7,000 people to be rewarded. Hey, my God. Yes, so over 7,000 people go chop soft life from May to July 31, 2024. Be an EcoBank customer or be square. Remember, every 500 Ghana Cedi deposit earns you a point for the EcoBank Million Gang Today, EMG. Deposit today and win your share of 1.2 million in cash and prizes. A better way to enjoy life. A better way. A better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
It's time to shop, smile, and repeat. Yes, shop, smile, and repeat. Get value for your money with Extra when you shop from Compute Ghana Prime Week promo. Get prices on premium brands like Samsung, LG, Sigma, TCL, Sony, Lenovo, Tecno, and many more. Don't miss out on the biggest scale of the month. Visit your nearest Compute Ghana showroom this week and buy all your laptops, printers, TVs, home theaters, and more. You can also shop online at www.computeghana or call 0302-752-020. Compute Ghana Prime Week. Shop, smile, and repeat.
All right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. And on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel, connecting Energy's latest Foam Your Partner for Life and Equity Health Insurance here for you. Our focus is on the Ghana Statistical Services report on, those who are multidimensionally poor in Ghana. Some 7.3 million Ghanaians. Okay, this is not just about how much you earn, but even the amenities available to you. So we want to actually break it down so we can draw the attention of our policymakers, our leaders, okay, to areas that you need to focus attention on. Not just, making sure, okay, so I just have to give them money and that's the end of it. But there are people who have access to no toilets, who have access to no potable water, who don't have access to potable water, people who don't have access to electricity, people who don't have any member of your family going to school, people who don't have family members, haven't had at least 9 years of education. These are the things we're talking about. Not just saying, okay, so I got money and that's the end of it.
Yeah, because this is important because we committed ourselves to making sure some of these things are done properly. And nobody is saying that we have not reduced poverty. Let's not get it wrong. Ghana experienced a continuous reduction in its monetary poverty over 25 years, from 51.7% in 1991-1992 to 23.4% in 2016-2017. Let's not get it wrong. Similarly, severe poverty also declined from 36.5% to 8.2% over the same period. In the last few years, a more deprived population, and that's what's important, 45.6% has been recorded from a multi-dimensional perspective. This is according to the Statistical Service in the year 2020. This implies that a more deprived population in terms of a non-monetary value is important and ought to be properly studied. Under SDG Goal 1, we're committed to end poverty in all of its forms everywhere.
Exactly.
And this is important, not just poverty monetary terms, in all of its forms everywhere. So how well are we working towards that? Is multidimensional in form and definition, that's important. So people should not get it wrong. People say, oh yeah, but people used to say that it's when you have spend less than $2 a day, that's how you're supposed to determine a person is poor. No, we have under SDG Goal 1, end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Poverty everywhere is where we are targeting, and in all its forms is what makes it a multi-dimensional in form and in definition. So we have made commitments in specific areas. For example, under the living condition dimension, they are using 7 indicators which were analyzed. There's a policy on cooking fuel, aims to ensure the availability of clean, affordable, and accessible energy. Today, Winston, how many legitimate Ghanaian people across the country? Let's target the 5 regions of the north, where people are abandoning their original, what they call it, gas, the LPG cylinder, back to fuels in the form of wood and other forms because they can't pay for it. This is happening in the Republic of Ghana. Because I cannot fathom why something that used to be subsidized are now having to pay more than 230 cedis for my 14.5 kg one. 230 cedis for 14.5. And if you're not lucky and that thing starts leaking, you are losing 240 cedi within a matter of days. Something that used to be subsidized. That will beg people to go and pick it up so they can have clean fuel, so that they can reduce the emissions in the society. I've been sharing what Professor S.A.J. Mensah did some time ago when it comes to the clean air and the quality of air that we need in the Republic. Our system is to allow for people to have access to that wonderful cooking alternative, that is gas. So they don't use all the dangerous ones that are destroying the health care of the people and in their homes too.
Raymond.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. You know what you talk about? As far back as 1989, 1990,
yeah,
we started the LPG promotion program in this country.
Yeah.
And we started distributing 4.5 kg and 5 kg cylinders free.
Yeah.
By 2013, we started a rural LPG promotion program.
That's true.
And decided that we're going to be giving stoves in addition, to these people. By 2021, in our energy policy, we said, by 2030, we're going to be increasing LPG consumption. We're going to have a 50% market penetration. 2021, 2020, we did very well. Moved to about 345 million kg consumption. By 2022, we had moved to 305 million. 2023, about 307 million. You know the problem. Today, people have resorted to the buying of charcoal. In fact, the charcoal sellers tell you that when the price of gas goes down, their business suffers.
Yeah.
But when the price goes up, their business booms. And the time that you have people consuming LPG the most is when the price is low.
And the funny part is that this is happening at the same time where the NPA is doling out money and taking up advertising space and saying gas abba. What's the use of having gas abba when I can't pay for it? When I'm struggling, because the standards we have set for ourselves is to be able to make that affordable to people. But if the product is available and yet I cannot pay for it, how do you think I will access it?
People buy as low as 20 Ghana cedis, 30 Ghana cedis gas. When they go, they take their cylinder and say, fill it for me. 30 Ghana cedis. Tots. Now, the cylinder recirculation model, they say, now we are going to introduce 3 kg cylinders, which is 45 Ghana cedis. The man is buying 20. He's buying 30. You say he has a chance to buy 45. Where is he going to get it? But anyway, you see the problem. Instead of dealing with the challenges, making sure we reduce it, a commodity that will that would enable us to protect our environment, we're rather putting taxes on it. And that's always our problem in this country. Everything people consume, we don't look at the importance of it. This is something that we started by subsidizing. Today we believe, look, go around the country today. People are consuming charcoal. There are businesses, around the country that have had to stop the usage of LPG and have started using charcoal.
Yeah.
Somebody told me not long ago, who is a presiding member of a district assembly. You know what he told me? That if he buys 1 bag of charcoal for 50 Ghana cedis, it can last him 1 month. Meanwhile, he has to buy gas, 230, which also lasts him 1 month. So I should do the math.
50 versus 230.
And find out which one he will be buying.
Unless you are bent on remaining prudent or you think it will be shameful for you to use wood fuel, you will choose the charcoal. Because the economics will be on the side of the charcoal, which is what we are trying to get rid of. I don't know why we still have this conversation with ourselves. This is what we are trying to get rid of. And still, we appear to be in the same space. Anyway, but that's not the only thing that's actually being measured. That this one, education is also an area of importance. Now, there's something that Kwame Sapon wrote some time ago. He said after 8 years of free SHS, planting for food and jobs, and Ghana beyond aid. This is our scorecard. Depravity and abject poverty. Yes, 22% of the population are multi-dimensionally or abjectly poor. The sad thing is these 22 include voters who will vote. Do they understand the implications of their pending votes? That's an important question too.
Well, that's a question we have to get answers to. And this morning, we'll be breaking it down and why it's important to understand this, For many of you always focus on, not less than $2 and you think that's the end of it. Look, no. 78% of those people have access to, they don't have access to toilets. 78% of them. More than a third of them don't have access to insurance. health insurance. So just think about it for a minute. That person, when he's ill, when he's sick, what becomes of that person? All these are geared towards directing policymakers to actually come up with policies and programs that would be able to deal with these.
Now, if you think you live in the city, so you are protected, the report says the severity of multi-dimensional poverty is about the same in rural, that's 44%, and in urban, that's 43.4% areas. So really, you are no different from that person. Your quality of life is not any better than your presumption that this is about rural folks and that we are focusing on them and that you there, because you are driving your car to work today, you are not affected. And in any case, let's not get it wrong. You don't have your special kind of air you breathe. You should understand that. If the air is polluted with wood fuels and the other pollutants, it affects you too. And it reduces your quality of life. If you want to ask SAJ Mensa, when you compared the air quality in areas across the country, generally in the Greater Accra, the air quality was poor, generally. 100 million on that. When you spend the amount of money, the expectation is that it will reflect in these statistics. Yes, and there's evidence to back it. So if there's no change in the statistics, what have you been spending the money on? Exactly how is it supposed to impact the people at every stage? Anyway.
That's our conversation this morning. But look, Raymond, picture this. I mean, after all of you've said, just picture this. You're lying in bed after a long day, seeking comfort and relaxation, but instead you're met with a mattress that sags beneath you. A reminder of shortcuts and compromises. Well, your comfort and well-being should never have been compromised, and that's why we at Latest Foam prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Our high-quality mattresses and furniture are crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Picture your waking up refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to take on the day. That's the Latest Foam promise. Invest in your well-being. Choose Latest Foam. Otherwise, you do yourself. Latest Foam, your partner for life. Visit us today and sleep better tonight. Call us on 0302 2311 55262 or 0322 008499 or visit us online at latestfoamghana.com.
The number of multidimensionally poor persons is highest in the Ashanti region. For the avoidance of doubt, I'll come back to tell you more about that. Anyway, now Telcel, you're about to have the world at your fingertips because the wait we all know is finally over, and Telcel is great here and it's also here. Now you have everything you want and also will need quick and reliable communication. There's no stress around the transactions when it comes to Telcel Cash. Transforming your big business ideas into success stories with Telcel Business and more. Connect with Telcel, enjoy a world of endless possibilities. Because with Telcel, there's no limit to connections. Telcel, connecting energies.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Auntie T, I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That's *530#. Then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Beautiful people, we are live in town, soaking in the excitement about the partnership between Access Bank and PABS, revolutionizing the way people move money across Africa. Let's hear directly from those reaping the benefits.
It's a relief. Anytime I send money back home, my family receives exactly what I send them, instantly.
I'm studying in Ghana, but originally from Nigeria. With this service, my parents send my school and hostel fees directly, and they do it with so much ease.
I run a fashion business. Let me tell you, sending and receiving money across Africa without those annoying forex fees has really cut down our operational costs.
Benefit from instant payments across Africa with zero foreign exchange hassle. Visit our website www.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll free on 0800 00 4400 for all your cross-border payments.
Pass it with Access Bank.
Access Bank, more than banking.
Hey,
Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is portable, so I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Wow.
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
writing. And it's from Joseph Hill. Many of you will know him to be culture. And Obeti has installed today as a culture morning. Still, yes, 8:30 here on the Super Morning Show. So today we'll be joined by the man who put together that multi-dimensional poverty indicator reports. We want to break it down to your understanding and appreciation. We want you to appreciate that when you do real things towards the developmental ends of a country, the evidence is shown. And that's happened elsewhere. There was some time ago that countries ignored China, for example, and ignored the very works that China was doing. Today, I know that in the US, they consider China as a competitor even in innovation. And the countries that they used to compete with are changing, and the landscape is also changing. Today, you cannot dismiss a PhD from China. You cannot dismiss an innovative product from China. That thing we used to say, that this product is made merely in China, so it's substandard, is no longer the case. Even India used to be everybody's number one go-to country for open defecation. Yes. They were so popular for it. In fact, it was normal to say dysentery is connected to India because certainly people will be doing it anywhere. But if in the 21st century, Ghana is still talking about inability to provide decent lavatory for our own people. And okay, so if you're on the motorway, you can look to your left or right. You see people are still kneeling or squatting there right now. That is a sign of a country that is not evolving. Anyway, they said they'll fix the motorway. I don't see any work being done on it currently. But I mean, we should be able to connect the amount of money, the huge millions and the billions we claim we are spending. We should be able to connect that to the reality of reducing poverty at the real levels, at the most important levels, at the levels that everybody will appreciate and understand. And some of these things, we should be able to understand them properly. No serious country has this level of poverty. No serious country has this level where we cannot say that we are developing because the livelihoods of the people are not improving. That at the lowest level where we should see the reality. So any country where people used to use gas, 90s, early 2000s, and now it's too expensive, it means you are retrogressing. You can't say that you are developing because that's not progress. Nobody can count that as progress. Any serious country where more people stayed in the classroom and your quality of education is reducing, it is not improving. In fact, people used to say that Samuel Adami uncle who went to Size 7 and that guaranteed you some basic literary skills. And now you have 94% of the people who are sometimes able to read or write and cannot fully read and write. That is not progress. It's the reason why some of these statistics matter. But before then, let me bring you some good news coming from APSA. Now, do you know that 259 stories are born every minute? Yes, 259 unique stories that matter, including yours. And every experience you have, it helps you to shape your stories into exciting adventures. Now, your story can shape the world and it's powerful. Whether you're an individual, a family, or business, no story is too big or too small. We are inspired by them all, and your story has just begun. We invite you to write yours with us. Your story indeed matters, and that is coming from Absa Bank. Now, before I even move on to tell you more about what Holad is doing, let us also think about how destructive politics destroys a country. For a very long time, under regular progress under Chancellor Merkel. Yes. Merkel. That's how the Germans say it. We knew the steady progress that country was making in every good area. When countries like the US got into the difficulty with politics interfering in their development, we know how that is also affecting other parts of that country. Countries like Ghana, do we learn lessons from that? If you have a country where the only business of anybody who wants to go into power is spend first year putting together government, and the next 2 years pretending to govern, then the last year going into an election, and wasting all the money within the 4 years so that they'll go into an IMF program and subsequently come out with another program after 4 years, and a country that has gone to an IMF program 17 good times, what shows you are making progress? So, well, I should bring you some more on that later on in our conversation. But Professor Samuel Enim is our guest. He is the government statistician. Stay ready for unexpected funeral and accidental disability costs with Mibambo Life Insurance on MTN and Telcel by Holad Life. And Osokora, because with as little as 2, 10, 25, 50 Ghana cedi per month, can get up to 30,000 for funeral and accidental disability costs. Just dial *269# to register on MTN or Telcel with your Ghana card number, and automatic monthly deductions will be made from your mobile money wallet. Add as many as 7 biological dependents to cover your spouse, children, parents, grandparents, and in-laws. No stress at all with a quick claims process. Get more asumdue with Whole Life Mebambo and live your best life. It is insurance that is made for you. Terms and conditions apply. We'll take some major services. He's already here, right? Professor Samuel Enim, government statistician, is with us in studio. So, where do we go from here? That question will be answered after these messages.
Happy Wednesday and welcome to Vital Signs by Sonotech Medical Center. I'm Dr. Grace Bachman. Today, let's wrap up our discussion on blood donation as we look at why it is so crucial. Every 2 seconds, someone needs blood, from accident victims to patients undergoing surgery, childbirth, and cancer treatment. Blood has a limited shelf life. This means there's a continuous need for fresh donations to keep up with demand. Emergencies can happen anytime. Natural disasters, accidents, and medical emergencies require an immediate and ample blood supply to save lives. Diverse donors are crucial too. Different blood types and the need for rare blood types mean we need a diverse pool of blood donors to meet all patients' needs. By donating blood, you become a hero in someone's story. Your contribution is a lifeline for those in critical need. Reach Sonotech Medical Center on 0242 439467.
In partnership with the National Theatre and Joy FM, Roverman Productions presents an original play by Uncle Ebo White, Takeover.
Kebab, my boy.
Papa.
How are you doing today?
It is a battle, Papa.
You don't mean
because
it.
As the Bible says, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Really?
And if the flesh was weak in the time of Jesus when there was no infusable social media, slave queens, and side chicks,
Jesus Christ.
You can imagine how weaker it is today. But no fears because we have no covering, Papa.
You and Misapplied Bible Quotations.
Takeover shows on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 12th, 13th, and 14th of July 2024. Venue, National Theatre. Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 1, 4, and 8 p.m. Rate 200 Ghana cedis. Buy your tickets by the Cover Shot code *365*535# and at all regular outlets. Sponsors Gino Tomato Mix and GCB Bank. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
It's time to shop, smile, and repeat. Yes, shop, smile, and repeat. Get value for your money with Extra when you shop from Compute Ghana Prime Week promo. Get prices on premium brands like Samsung, LG, Sigma, TCL, Sony, Lenovo, Tecno, and many more. Don't miss out on the biggest sale of the month. Visit your nearest Compute Ghana showroom this week and buy all your laptops, printers, TVs, home theaters, and more. You can also shop online at www.computeghana or call 0302 752 020. Compute Ghana Prime Week. Shop, smile, and repeat.
Ace Events Management UK presents the 30th anniversary of the Water Africa and West Africa Building and Construction Exhibition and Seminar from June 26 to 28 at the Accra International Conference Center. The event offers a unique opportunity for companies worldwide and locally to showcase their products and services in the water, sanitation, housing, environment, and construction sectors. Attendance is free. The exhibition will complement a 3-day seminar covering vital topics on water and sanitation, building and construction, and a CPD course and workshop by Professor Bob Ando. Attendance to the seminar and exhibition is entirely free. For more details, visit www.aceevents.com or call 0556 304 521. Thank you to our sponsors: Syntex Tank, Herring Connect Tunneling Services, Polytank, Aquagrow Limited, Water Resource Commission South Africa, and Aquagrow. Ministries of Sanitation and Water Resources, Works and Housing proudly endorse the event. Media partners: Joy News, Joy Business, and Ghana Web.
My name is Akrobeto. I like my mind peace. That's why I go get my Bampo insurance from Holland Life. Just yesterday, my Abushapeni asked everybody to pay 1,000 Ghana cedis for a penny funeral. But Masa, Nukureni, and Mosomekora. My Bambo helped me cover cost of funeral and any disability cost by paying 2 Ghana cedis per Bushumibia. A simple crowd.
Yes, with as little as 2 Ghana cedis, you too can have peace of mind about cost of injury and funeral by simply registering monitoring with Mibambo Insurance from Holland Life. Just dial *269# on MTN or Telecel and follow the prompts. It's really that simple. Enjoy peace of mind today, knowing your tomorrow is covered. Mibambo Insurance, made for you. Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposits. All you need is your Ghana card. Call 0302 200 390 or 0596 928 33 today and live a bill-free life. Bills Microcredit is licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. I know that many of you are loving the reggae. I got a call from my father-in-law, Leonard Ananpra, but he likes the selection. Okay. Yes, so we'll do it and send it to him. But this morning we have a very important conversation. A conversation about us. A conversation about how deprived many of our communities are. The basic things to life lacking in those communities. This morning we're having a conversation about 7.3 million Ghanaians being multidimensionally poor. And I know that many of you have asked the question, what does that mean? Well, we've been trying to read what the Ghana Statistical Service says it means to you. But this morning we are privileged to be joined by the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobenenim, who will be telling us more about that report, why it's important, and the role that report can play in our quest for development as a country. Prof, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
I believe you're doing very well.
Very well. Thank you very much.
We thank God for life. So let's get into it, and let's find out, first of all, for those who are asking the question, multidimensionally poor, what's that all about?
So as you rightly said, we've approached the discussion on poverty from the basic needs approach. Why this is important is that it would arm government to be very specific with its interventions. So anytime we do the Ghana Living Standards Survey, we compute what we call monetary poverty, which simply looks at expenditure levels of people based on the expected calorie intake. And once you don't spend up to that level, we declare that this person is either poor or extremely poor or non-poor. But moving forward, since the 2010 population and housing census, we started computing the multidimensionally poor, which will look at it from different perspectives, as I indicated, the basic needs approach. The computation has evolved over time. From the 2021 population housing census, we focused on 4 dimensions, i.e., living conditions, health, education, and employment. So these are the 4 broad dimensions. And for each of these dimensions, we identified indicators within them. So for instance, within the living conditions dimension, we had 7 indicators. Within the education dimension, we had 3 indicators. Within the health dimension, we had 2 indicators. And employment, we had just 1 indicator. So from a dimension perspective, we have 4 dimensions. And from an indicator perspective, we have 13 indicators. So as I indicated, we identify households that are deprived across these 13 indicators, so that we tell policymakers that if you want to be very specific in ensuring that we address a particular challenge, you know exactly what to do. Let me speak to the space of education, and I'm happy to speak to all the other dimensions. Sure. Within education, we have 3 indicators. One is what we are calling the school lag. All of us are expected to be at a certain grade at any point in time. So if we go into a household and we identify somebody in the household who is 2 years behind the expected grade, then we are saying that the household is experiencing a school lag, because somebody there who is supposed to be in class 6 is maybe in class 3. So going forward, if you see that phenomena predominantly in a particular geographical area, then government would know the specific intervention that it has to pursue. Another indicator within the school dimension has to do with what we call the school attainment. We all expect that if you are 15 years and older, you should have done at least 9 years of education. So if you are 15 years and older, you are in a household and you've not done 9 years of education, then definitely there is a challenge as far as your school indicator is concerned. Then the third dimension is what we call the school attendance, which we all know what it is in terms of looking at whether children in the household are attending school as expected or not. So for each of the 4 dimensions, we have provided specific indicators that will guide government to say that if I really want to address poverty, this is how I want to do it. If you don't mind, let me go into the computation.
Please go ahead.
So across these 13 indicators, what we do is we look at...
Yeah, but before you go into the computation, let's just look at the living conditions bit also. What are the indicators in there?
So it cuts across starting from water in terms of whether you have access to improved water. It cuts across issues around toilet, whether the household has its own toilet. It goes into issues of cooking fuel, whether you are using the hard fuel, that is charcoal, and so on. Whether there is congestion in the room, you have more than 3 people sleeping in the room, the type of materials that have been used in the construction of the house. So these are the indicators that goes into the living conditions dimension. Once we've talked about living conditions and education, let's quickly talk about health and employment. So health, we have 2 indicators there: health insurance and the experience of mortality within the household. It is important we understand how we measure health insurance. Health insurance could simply mean whether you have the card or not. And it could also mean whether the card is currently active or not. We don't want to focus on whether you've registered or not, because as a country, we've reached close to 100% when it comes to registration. But whether it's active is another conversation in terms of whether people are regularly renewing their insurance card to ensure that at any point in time they can use it is the conversation we should be having. So we focus on the active status of the card rather than whether it's enrolled or not. Then the second dimension is, as I said, whether there has been the occurrence of mortality over the period, that is the last 12 months, from the census data collection. And from the employment perspective, we're looking at whether there is a member in the household who is not employed or is not engaged in an economic activity over the reference period. So these are the 13 indicators that we use for the computation of the multidimensionally poor. From a computation point of view, of these 13 indicators, we say that if you are a third, that is 4, deprived of the 13 indicators, then you are multidimensionally poor. So once you are able to exceed that a third, then we don't classify you are multidimensionally non-poor. So the cutoff for multidimensional poor household is across these 13 indicators. If you are at least a third of the 13 indicators multidimensional, if you are deprived in a third of these 13 indicators, then we call you as multidimensionally poor. And that is what led us to arrive at 24.3% of the population that are multidimensionally poor. Another indicator that we look at when we are computing multidimensional poverty is the intensity of poverty. So once we arrived at the 24.3% that are multidimensionally poor, the next question is to look at across the 13 indicators on the average for those who are poor, what is the number that will represent that average? And we got 43.8%. So the 43.8% is about the 24.3% that are multidimensionally poor, and look at the average, that is the share of the total number of indicators that are poor. So simply we are saying that among the poor, on the average, they are deprived in 6 out of the 13 indicators. Okay. And that is what gives us the conversation around the breadth of poverty, the severity of poverty, because here you are looking at how poor the poor are given the 13 indicators, and on the average we have 6 of the 13 indicators for those who are multidimensionally poor.
Let's look at the relevance. We'll come back to some of the issues. I know people will be concerned about, if you have more than 3 persons in a room, that's some will say, if you have just a 2-bedroom home and you have a family of 6, of course, you're going to have the rest of the children if the mother and father in one room. But let's look at the relevance of this data. Why is this important?
So we need to look at this from two perspectives. One is the policy intervention perspective, and the other is the disaggregated perspective. So from the policy intervention perspective, as I indicated, now if we go to the Ministry of Education, we tell them that let's begin to look at these three indicators, not just the siting of schools, but look at whether people are attending school, whether people are at the level where they are expected to be, and whether we have all people 15 years and older doing at least 9 years of education. And in our minds, these are very straightforward interventions that the ministry can pursue going forward. From a disaggregated point of view, the interesting thing is that we've not done this only at the national level, and this is what we keep talking about. The statistics is more relevant at the sub-national level. And when we say the sub-national level, it's not even at the regional level, it's not even at the district level. Now we've provided this information for the top 20 localities in every district. So it's not just MPI for the 16 administrative regions, it's not just MPI for the 261 administrative districts, but we are talking about MPI for more than 5,000 localities in the country. So all that we are expecting the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development to do is get each district coordinating unit to look at what is happening at the locality level within your district, and first of all ask yourself, what can you do about it? Can we begin to have some benchmarks? Why are some districts experiencing 6.3% of multidimensional poverty and others experiencing 68% of multidimensional poverty? So in our minds, if we begin to interrogate this, and what we say is district competitions is what is going to lead to national development. Districts should begin to compare themselves, and within districts, localities should compare themselves. So localities comparing themselves would engender growth at the district level. Districts competing will engender growth at the regional level, and then that will go to the national level. So this is the reason why we've not just done only multidimensional poverty. Indeed, we have other 15 indicators that we've done district ranking for all of them.
Let me just get your thoughts about something, because in talking about all of these things, you've talked about one of the things we say when it comes to decentralization. Competition within the metropolitan areas or the district assemblies will lead to improved, services. But you've also talked about the fact that this is to ensure that beyond the numbers, everything that we say, oh, okay, we've spent this, or, we spent that, you want us to get to the bottom of what the situation really is. Is it your view that development is just not about throwing figures, but the quality of life of people?
Winston, I always say that for every intervention, there is a value chain we all need to think through. So assuming government invests X amount of money in a particular sector and sees the output of it, I don't think that is what all of us are interested in. Ultimately, is the outcomes and the impact. That is what we should be interested in. And I believe that is what you mean by the quality of life.
Yes.
And the only way we can do that is when we do a population-based analysis. So we always say that government can tell us that we've invested X amount in this. What we saw out of this is Y amount. But as to whether that has had an effect on the entire population is the ultimate goal. And that is why we don't use only administrative data in terms of how much we invested in it, the number of outputs that we are seeing. But at the end of the day, generally as a population, what are we seeing in terms of transformation? And this is what we are yet to see as a country in terms of seeing a consistent growth in different dimensions at the population level.
Okay, so let's get into some of the indicators, because, questions that are being asked, for instance. So when we say, okay, if you have 3 or more people in a room, that means there's some level of deprivation. Why the number 3? What's wrong with having more than 3 people in a room?
Let me precede a response to this question with the activity that we held last week, which had to do with a national convening on the dimensions, indicators, and weights that we use for the computing of the multidimensional poverty index. Winston, at that convening, we made it very clear that we should not allow only the National Statistical Service to be determining to be the one determining the statistics that it ought to produce, but this to a large extent should be done in collaboration with the ministries, departments, and agencies that are putting in the interventions. Now, we have gone through this from different perspectives. One is, what are the international standards, and two, to a large extent, how do we make it context specific? With the question that you asked, we all are aware of the standard room size and the expected number of people in terms of adults that one would expect to be in that room size. And from a standard point of view, the threshold is 2, international. So we have even pushed the boundaries because of our own cultural context and said that let's take into consideration 3 instead of 2. That is why in my earlier submission I indicated that these definitions are evolving over time, and we need to do this in collaboration with the government MDAs. For every indicator that is there at any point in time, we do a national consultation to ensure that at least all of us are in agreement with that definition. So from the perspective of the average number of people that are expected to be in a room, international standards adults 2. For purposes of this estimation, we pushed it for context reasons. We've pushed it up to 3, on the average 3 people per room.
And I see here too, when it comes to cooking fuel, that a household is deprived if the main source of cooking fuel is firewood or charcoal and the kitchen is indoors.
Again, this is standard from a pollution point of view. If we are going to continue to cook with firewood, we all know the pollution implications. If you are cooking in the same room that you are using for sleeping, we know the implications of it. So the international standard is that you should have a separate room, well enough to ensure that the pollution from the cooking does not have health effects on the people in the household.
Great. This morning we're joined by the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobena-Inim. We're having a conversation about the report they release about 7.3 million Ghanaians being multidimensionally poor. And this morning we've been going through the indicators. But let's get to, you've talked about the localities. You've talked about, the districts, the top localities within the districts. Let's look at the top. Let's look at the regions, for instance. Which regions need the most attention?
Winston, thank you for bringing this up, and it helps us distinguish between the use of absolute numbers and the use of percentages. From the 2021 population housing census, we all know that Greater Accra is the most populous, closely followed by Ashanti region. So from an absolute numbers point of view, these are the 2 regions that for anything that you talk about, you are likely to see the most in there. So from the multidimensional poverty computation, Ashanti region had a multidimensional poverty percentage of 18%, Greater Accra 11%. But when it comes to numbers, Ashanti region has close to 1 million people, in excess of 900,000 people who are multidimensionally poor. Its multidimensional poverty rate of 18% is third from the bottom. So from a percentage point of view, you see Savannah region having the highest percentage. So you say that Savannah region from a percentage, but look at the population for Savannah region. Indeed, for some of the regions, the number of people who are multidimensionally poor is just about the total number of people who are in those regions. This is very important for government's consideration, because the cost of reducing multidimensional poverty in Ashanti region, although it has a rate of 18%, given that in absolute terms it has more people than Savannah region, is going to have more cost implications for Ashanti region than the Savannah region. So from a simple response point of view, in absolute terms, we have Ashanti region having the highest number of people who are multidimensionally poor, but from a percentage point of view, we have the Savannah region having the highest percentage of those who are multidimensionally poor.
I wanted to chip in this, and it's a question that many would want clarity on. There's a part of the report that says the district with the least proportion of its population who are multidimensionally poor is Asokwa Municipal. This is 6.3%. This is in the Ashanti region. And the one with the highest is Nabdam district, 68.6% in the Upper East region. What does this mean?
So this is just pointing to the disparity across the 261 administrative district, and this gives us a sense of the need to look at the intervention from different perspectives. Raymond, for me, what is more concerning is the intra-regional inequalities, which we don't have it as a highlight in this report. But throughout the 2021 population housing census, we highlighted intra-regional inequalities, especially in the case of Ashanti region. With this Asokwa that we see in Ashanti region with a multidimensional poverty rate of 6.3, if you're not careful, would mask the very high proportion of multidimensional poverty in sexual front plains, which is also in the same Ashanti region. So we are seeing a lot of intra-regional inequalities rather than the national level inequalities, and that is why the regional ministers should be brought into this conversation, and for which reason I said the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development should be part of this.
Prof, what you're saying is that in Ashanti region, Asokwa appears to be doing well, but there are other areas within Ashanti region where the numbers are terrible.
That's the point.
Okay.
And they are terrible to the extent that in regions like Upper East, Upper West, you find districts in there that are doing better than some districts in Ashanti region.
Okay. So when we say, oh, Ashanti is doing well, it might not reflect the realities on the ground.
Precisely so.
So in effect, you're saying, let's go down. Let's just not pick it and say, in the Savannah region is 49%, so that's it, we're going here. But we must begin to break it down and look at areas that are most affected and tackle them.
Winston, we've always emphasized the fact that statistics is not about the aggregates, and emphasize the fact that there are two types of statistics. Statistics for just saying that this is where we are, which we call the statistical outputs. And the statistical inputs gives us a sense of what we have to do to ensure that we want to get where we want to get to. If we really want to deal with any issue in this country, it is in the disaggregates. It's never in the aggregates. So the disaggregates could either come from a geographical point of view, you see the distribution, or disaggregate in terms of the issues. So for me, this conversation is not about the 7.3 million people that are multidimensionally poor. But if I look at across the 13 indicators, what numbers am I going to see and how would they vary across the different districts? Because that's the only way you can intervene. You don't intervene from the perspective of the 7.3 million. But how you can intervene is that, is it more of an issue of health insurance? Is it more of an issue of employment? Is it more of an issue of school lag? Because the bulk figure would not say anything to us because it's a bag of 13 indicators. So our conversation really now should be on the 13 indicators and how they vary across the district to enable the policymakers make the right interventions.
There is something I saw that confused me, mindful of popular prejudice. Ashaman within the Greater Accra region, the Ashaman municipality, with a population of 206,000, the number of persons living in multi-dimensionally poor households is 15,000. This is 7.5%, and it's number 2 on the rank of percent of persons living in multi-dimensionally poor households. Does it not conflict with the image we have of Ashaman?
The conflict will come from the benchmark for Ashaman.
Okay.
If you are benchmarking Ashaman with, let's say, Namdam, it's going to give you a different perspective.
I see.
Even within Greater Accra, if you are benchmarking Ashaman with Lejokuku, it's going to give you a different perspective relative to other districts within the same region. So the conflict would always come in terms of, what is our benchmark? Is it a historical benchmark in terms of how Ashaman has evolved over time? Or is it benchmarking Ashaman with other districts? And as I said, why those districts, Namdam would be an outlier, Lojokuku could be a good benchmark for it, another close by district to Ashaman could be a benchmark for it. So that conflict will really come in depending on what you are using as a benchmark for Ashaman in terms of conflict.
There are those who ask, so if I'm a DCE today, intending to improve conditions within my area, exactly what should I be looking for when I touch this report?
So what we've done is to ensure that we did a dissemination at all the 16 administrative regions, and the district statisticians across all our 261 administrative districts, we've empowered them, we've built their capacity, and they are doing the same dissemination across all our 261 administrative districts. Raymond, what our expectation is that every district coordinating unit should take its report and ask ourselves, for the top 20 localities, what is the multi-dimensional poverty situation?
Okay.
Don't look at the numbers. Go across the 13 indicators. Ask yourself, in your district, as I said, is it an issue of health insurance? Is it an issue of school lack? And given what has the highest rate of deprivation, the expectation is that you focus on that.
So if I look at this report, I can, within my district, get to know what the biggest problems of the people are, mindful of the benchmark you have provided. Then any form of response can be targeted at these.
Absolutely. That is why we've calculated the multidimensional poverty for the top 20 localities in each of these districts.
Well, this morning we're joined by Professor Samuel Kobina, who is government statistician. We're having a conversation about the multidimensional poor in this country. Stay with us. There's more after these messages.
Hi. Did you know that your general health can affect your oral health? Welcome to another episode of Time with the Dentist. My name is Dr. Gwendolyn Amakwe Baiche, and this is proudly sponsored by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association. Certain conditions related to our general health can have erosive effect on our teeth, and I'd like to draw your attention to some of these conditions. But before that, you should know that the stomach is a part of the body where there is high production of acid to aid in digestion. Acid has the ability to remove some of the minerals of our teeth, like calcium, in a process known as demineralization. So any condition that will cause the stomach contents to move into the mouth will cause acid to come into contact with our teeth. The first condition I'd like to talk about is GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, also known as acid reflux. This digestive disease occurs when the acid content of the stomach flows up the esophagus or windpipe and into the mouth at regular intervals, worse after eating or when lying down. So you may feel heartburns or pain in the chest. Conditions that cause frequent vomiting, like pregnancy at certain trimesters, as well as bulimia, where one forces themselves to vomit after binge eating, can cause the acid content of the stomach to come into contact with the teeth, contributing to erosion of the teeth. For those of us who take lemon juice and apple cider vinegar, it's best to do this with a straw to avoid direct contact with the teeth. With alcoholic beverages being acidic, chronic alcoholism can have erosive effect on the teeth. When the outermost layer of our teeth, enamel, is exposed to acid over a long period of time, it begins to wear down, and so you may feel sensitivity or pain with hot or cold fluids. The teeth get weak and gradually break down. You may develop cavities as well as discoloration of the teeth over time. If you experience any of these conditions I've mentioned earlier, consult a physician. Saliva keeps the tissues of our mouth moist and comfortable for eating and talking. It helps in digestion of food and also neutralizes any acidity in the mouth. There are many causes of bad breath, some of which include not brushing your teeth and flossing properly twice a day, cavities in your teeth that can pack food, gum diseases, eating spicy foods regularly, including garlic and onions, smoking, and chronic alcoholism. Erosion of your teeth can cause you to require extensive dental treatment or even lose your teeth. Visit a dentist for more advice on how to prevent your teeth from wearing away. Remember to floss and brush your teeth twice a day with a fluoride-containing toothpaste like Pepsodent. This campaign is proudly sponsored by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma. The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this morning, we're joined by the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobnenim. We're having a conversation about the report on how many Ghanaians are multidimensionally poor, 7.3 million. But the most important thing is the indicators in there, and he's been breaking it down for us. Professor Enim, this is a good research and report. You've talked about how in every district you have the top 20 localities, which means this is something that every district assembly must have. Has this report been distributed to the district assemblies?
Yes, we've distributed this report to all the district assemblies. We've gone beyond that and engaged them in person through the district statisticians to ensure that the numbers are interpreted to them to help with their policy interventions.
That's an interesting development. So it's not as if they just have the report and they will claim they don't understand it. But now they've been told what it really means, like we'll be having this conversation. So that nobody can give an excuse of not being able to target properly. And for those who do not understand why this is important, you might manage a district, but you may not know every corner of the district and the needs there. Sometimes it's difficult going from home to home asking. So collectively they'll come talk about road and all the other things. But the basic things that are supposed to be done to lift people from poverty, to make sure that they are provided with the basics. So, for example, you want to situate a school. You will know this is the area that has this number of people who are not in school and that they will need to access a school facility because it's very far from them. If you have this information, for most people, if like doing a project, that feasibility study costs a lot. So you don't have to go through all of that. You can get it done immediately. This will not be the first time we have done a multi-indicator study of any sort. But do we use it? It is a question that is on the hearts and minds of many people. Is this something that you think from your engagement with the people, they prioritize? Like even they go to for notes before they decide what to do with their scarce resources?
I mean, let me step back and provide much more information on the question on our engagement with the district units. It was a package of not just disseminating the multidimensional poverty report, but we took advantage and also built their capacity on the use of the Statistical Online Bank. Raymond, as you know, we have this task bank that holds over 350 million indicators. And why we built their capacity on that is we don't want to be very restrictive with the official statistics on multidimensional poverty at the district level. So we've told the district operatives that with the help of the district statisticians, for whatever variable that you think would impact more on multidimensional poverty in your district, you have access to the Statistical Online Bank, and this is how you can incorporate it into the computation of your understanding of multidimensional poverty to better help you do the targeting that is expected. I keep saying that statistics are being used in the country, but the extent to which we are using it is more or less negligible. And we use it to demonstrate how far we've gone rather than using it to inform what we want to do. And that is why we are trying to change the narrative and say that let's give them the statistics that would help the policymaker put in the right interventions rather than just using it to demonstrate to say that I did well or I did not did well. That is where I think there is some variation from the Statistical Service point of view and the policy making angle.
Great. So it means that going forward, we can actually hold, all these persons accountable, because they have they have the information in front of them, and they should be putting in place measures to do that. Has any of them, gotten back to you asking for further and better particulars, maybe?
Again, I'll put it this way, that after the national dissemination, we met with the parliamentary subcommittee on local government just last weekend. This is how far we want this report to go. We got a number of them in attendance, and then they thought through how they're going to use it and further expand it to their colleagues on the floor of parliament. But again, it's important to think through how they are using it, and I'm coming back to the use of the word accountable. Winston, going forward, let us not wait till something happens and bring in accountability. The only way we can start looking at issues is when policies are developed, and ask ourselves, why is this particular district focusing on school lag other than school attainment? So this is the time, and I always say that whatever we do around this time
for some of us, lag and attainment, what's the difference?
So as I explained, the lag simply means that you are 2 years behind the expected grade that you have to be in. So you're expected to be in class 6 and now you are in class 3. 4. Or class 4, so it's at least 2 years, so it could be class 3. Then attainment is, as I explained, at age 15 minimum, you are expected to have done 9 years of education. So if we get to you and you are 15 years and older and you've not done at least 9 years of education, then you are deprived in terms of that attainment of 9 years of schooling. So these are the two definitions. So as I was trying to explain, this is the window that we really need to influence our thinking around the policies that we're going to see in the next 4 years. If we don't influence manifestos around this time with these inputs, and at the end of the 4 years we come back and say that did we achieve what we had to achieve, we would have lost the battle by then. So whatever numbers we're going to see in the manifestos now, whether they are there or not, would be the image that we're going to see of ourselves as a country in the next 4 years. And that is why Ghana Statistical Service is doing whatever possible around this time to put out a lot of information to inform CSOs, the media, the general public on what they should look out for in terms of the interventions that are coming along and whether they align with our current state as a country.
So I was almost, because I've seen the communique from, I don't know, but it's related, right? The conversation about status of poverty and food insecurity measurement. I've seen the communique. There's a bit of a point you make there that the Ministry of Food and Agriculture should set statistical targets for food inflation and food insecurity, which will be pursued by using national metrics in the Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 2. What does it mean?
So as I indicated last week, we had an international convening on poverty and food security. And one of the things that we did had to look at the Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 2 and look at the statistical targets in there. This is related to a point that I made earlier on. If we invest so much in planting for food and jobs, and that translates into increased production, the increased production of food would not necessarily translate into a reduction in food inflation and would not necessarily translate into food security. There's a stark difference between food self-sufficiency and food security, because food security is looked at from different dimensions. It's not just on the supply side, whether food is available, is accessible, but whether they are eating the right kinds of food is the question, whether they have the food at all times is the question. So the move from food self-sufficiency to food security is something that we need to look at. If you look at the current Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 2, we have a lot of indicators on the food production side, the food self-sufficiency side. So what this community communique is trying to do is to avert the minds of the ministry to think through the Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 2 and see how we can incorporate statistical targets from two perspectives. How the food self-sufficiency will translate into a reduction in food inflation, and to what extent. That is what we mean by the statistical target. And how that is going to translate into a reduction in food insecurity. Currently, we've reported a food insecurity figure, and over time, to what extent do we want to see this reduction, given that food production is going up?
Professor Samuel Kobnenim, thank you so much for making time to join us this morning. We're very grateful, and continue the good work.
We should have a weekly session on development statistics.
He says the ball is in your court.
We are open to
that. And since they both went to Accra Academy at some point in time.
Oh, Prof did too.
Yes, he did. I think he did a safe form, right?
Yes.
But Accra people are claiming.
Yeah, no, it's like that.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Nah, your child has lost weight, but I feed him every day. Have you been taking him for weighing? It is very important to track your son Kumi's growth to ensure he's developing properly. Then I will take him to the clinic tomorrow.
That is why for me, after exclusively breastfeeding my baby for 6 months, I introduced other foods. This helps to provide all the necessary nutrients.
It is important to be taking your son Kumi for weighing, where they teach you the kinds of foods to promote your baby's growth and development.
They will even teach you how to always wash your hands before handling your baby to prevent the spread of germs and to get your child vaccinated against diseases.
Good morning, mothers. I am proud of you for discussing vaccination and the growth and development of our children. You can also get your COVID-19 vaccine if you didn't take it during pregnancy.
Next time when I go for weighing, I will go with my husband so that both of us can take the COVID-19 vaccination.
It is important to pay attention to your child's health, growth, and development. Attend weighing regularly.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Ah, my little ones, gather around. Once upon a time in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is? Go straight. Turn left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Ask there. Anybody will show you.
And when the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Ah, the sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibes. These, my dear ones, are some few moments that make our Ghana truly special. And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lily rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Special moments are worth celebrating with lily rice. Lily rice, yenimno fritite. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro. Thanks,
the
bro.
malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Hey, fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How we go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you.
Okay.
She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablet and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Joe Metal Ministries presents Praise Reloaded 2024. Date Sunday 30th June 2024. Featuring Joe Metal, Nathaniel Bassi, MOG, Sumi Sola Agbebi, Ohema Messi, Pastor Isaiah. Also ministering Luigi McLean, Kofi Osopepra, and Nonyam, Jumbo Anebiet, Team Eternity Ghana, CT Praise, Sandra Bwachidua, and Kwekute. Venue Accra Sports Stadium. Time 3 p.m. It's absolutely free. Simply register on joemetalmusic.com to secure your seat. Sponsors Silicon House Productions, Green Line Juice and Smoothie, Big Ideas Consult, High End Productions, The Family Health Organization, Tank Palace Hotel, Joburg Ghana Limited, Africa World Airlines, I Pay, Ace Protocol Services, Timeline Creative, Access Security, 360 Productions, DDP, Media Partner, Joy Entertainment. Come and have an experience of your life. This event is proudly brought to you by Reverb Studios.
the luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers.
You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest. East, west, north, south, Obiama to be. You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest. Accra to Haga.
Let's go. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers. The luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Where is the love to be found, young people?
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best.
But we'll not play Campiad here. No.
I've not heard Campiad. There's also Addis Ababa that I like.
But I also like Down Here in Babylon. Wail around the Rasta man. That song is a super song.
Yeah.
That used to till the soil.
Reggae, dear. If you take the other addition, reggae is a wonderful thing.
You need to hit the road in style. Look no further, whether it's for a weekend getaway, business trip, or just cruising around town. We've got the perfect wheels for you at Avis Rent a Car Ghana. At Avis, we pride ourselves with making your experience seamless from start to finish. We have a wide range of vehicles to choose from, including sleek sedans, spacious SUVs, buses, and pickup trucks. We offer you the perfect ride for any occasion. Plus, with our competitive rates and flexible rental options, you can enjoy the freedom of open road without breaking the bank. Contact Avis Rent a Car on 0302 761 752 or 0302 761 751. Email rentacar@avisghana.com. Avis, plan on us.
Now, have you guys heard of the latest from MTN? If not, you need to listen keenly. For those of you who love MTN Free After One, prepare for the upgraded experience that is MTN Free After One Extra. Thank you. You know, like that in. Now, let me tell you what the extra is all about. With MTN Free After One Extra, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes to talk. You understand? I know you like talking.
Yes,
now, you like what you're hearing? Well, that's not enough. You can also get 70 megabytes of data for free after you call your first call. Did you get the point? That, you like this, that every day they are attacking you on social media. You can get 70 megabytes free after your first call to be able to respond to all those people that talk about your jacket. Now, so you see, now is the time to talk extra with all the people.
Personalize the message.
Oh, yes. I want you to understand this is for you.
Yes.
Yes. Now, there's time to talk extra
70
with all the
MB
people.
free.
Yes, free, yes. With all the people you love. So, I mean, even on today that happens to be your birthday. To subscribe to MTN Free After One today, just dial *550# *550# and follow the prompts so that you can get it set up on your thing and you can enjoy. That's my birthday gift to you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
But, I'm an MTN user.
Yeah, so
what's their birthday gift to me?
I'm saying that it is my birthday gift for you. Now, if you get this, what else do you want?
Okay. Roverman Productions, in partnership with the National Theatre, presents an original Ebo White play titled Takeover. Now, there's total panic and chaos when Apostle Gideon returns from surgery. His daughter Mary sparks uproar on social media with explicit videos, while within his own church, 2 of his subordinates orchestrate a takeover. How will he reclaim her tarnished reputation and confront the wolves disguised as sheep within his flock? Takeover intricately weaves a tale of greed and integrity and the unwavering love of a father for his wayward child. The play shows on 5th, 6th, 7th, 12th, 13th, 14th July 2024. Showtimes: Fridays, 1 show only at 7 p.m. Saturdays, 2 shows only at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And Sundays, 3 shows at 1, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. It's Roverman 123. Venues at the National Theatre. Rate 200 Ghana cedis. Buy your tickets via Koba short code *365 *535#. For inquiries, call 0596 921960 or send a WhatsApp to 0505 546 030. You can follow us on all our social media platforms at Roverman Productions, proudly sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix and GCB Bank Limited, communications partner M Notify, and logistic movers. Buy your tickets now. Roverman Productions, be the difference.
Now, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your #1 supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and also furniture at affordable prices, has introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. So all you need right now to do is simply log on to kingdomstoreonline.com. Without physically coming to any of our branches, this is hassle-free. We'll arrange delivery to your homes and offices within reasonable time. We also offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Great. So, you guys started a conversation yesterday, and this morning we're talking about that, in the papers. We're going to get to it about issues of food, because we asked this, question this morning. But first, some few messages.
Get ready to witness the ultimate celebration of Ghanaian football. It's the 6th annual Ghana Football Awards. Experience an evening of unrivaled glamour and high-octane excitement at the Grand Arena as we recognize and honor the best and the brightest football stars Ghana and Africa have to offer. In this election year, join us as we unite the country through the beautiful game, showcasing the power of football to bring people together beyond political lines. Be prepared to revel in an unforgettable night night of entertainment and dazzling moments that will leave you breathless. Let's celebrate our stars on the 29th of June, a night that promises to be nothing short of extraordinary. Ghana Football Awards, it's a Football Impact Africa initiative powered by Activate 360 and proudly supported by Multimedia Group and AE Mediacom. Sponsored by Club Beer, Safari Valley, Big League Sports and Game Lounge. The Ghana Football Awards, celebrating the stars of our passion and uniting the nation through football.
Owning a home is not just an accomplishment, it's a dream come true. However, securing the necessary funding to buy or build your dream home often poses a significant challenge. This year, make that dream a reality at the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2024. Join us and receive expert financial advice that can help you acquire your very own house. Plus, learn insider tips on transforming your house into a warm and welcoming home. Don't miss the 15th edition of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Take the first step towards home ownership and creating the perfect living space for you and your family. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair
is in partnership with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and powered by the Plant City Extension Project from Cities and Habitats. Rent to own and sponsored by Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited, where quality meets value. Sun Via Limited, safety and home solution. You think of a door, we have it. G&J Technical Services, G&J, the generator people. Clifton Homes, beautiful home, wise investment. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough. Virtual security, complete security solution. Yobent security doors, protecting lives and property. DPS pipes, connecting you to life. Superlock, you deserve the best. Everlast UPVC windows and doors, the right choice for your windows. Another quality solution from Interplast. EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Get a house, make it a home.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. Myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
We at the Multimedia Group are proud to announce that we are the official free-to-air radio broadcast right owners for Euro 2024. These rights were acquired from Sporty TV, who are the official free-to-air broadcast right owners for Ghana and Nigeria. We will deliver live commentary of selected games, including the opening game and the final, with our team of talented commentators and seasoned analysts on Joy FM, Love FM, Hits FM, Adom FM, Insura FM, and Asempa FM. Apart from the live radio commentary, the Multimedia Group has also curated some custom Euro 2024 shows on radio, TV, and digital, as well as live viewing events, all aimed at delivering unparalleled experiences of the competition for our audience. The 24-team competition, being hosted by Germany, will run from June 14 to July 11, 2024. The Multimedia Group's radio broadcast coverage of the Euro 2024 tournament is by kind courtesy of Sporty TV and Sporty Bet. Watch selected matches of Euro 2024 live on Sporty TV, channel 36 on your digital TV sets. And the Joy Sports coverage of Euro 2024 is sponsored by NASCO. NASCO, bring home happiness.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set.
The nation
the
is full
Super
of
Morning
surprises.
Show is
The
always
thing
the
that we still
best
live in crisis.
on Joy 99.7
Easy for some who play one more tactics, and then I doom so watching on a pipe. To
Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Fentu.
Hi.
You say your breakfast levels now has gone down.
Yes, but it's my birthday. You've not bought me breakfast. You are coming to. You call me here.
You
come and tell me.
You
come
started,
and remind me about how much.
You started by indicating you didn't have money. And what convinces you that I have money?
No, no. Do you know the funny part?
I'm looking at the phone you are holding.
They say you are celebrating your birthday. Mbura asks him, "What are you doing? Should we expect some wache?" The man now started giving theory about how the wache fish he can buy.
But now he says he eats wache.
He said if he's buying wache, he has to buy wele, he has to buy egg, and he can't buy the fish.
No, but
and
that
at
one,
the point to big fish.
But that one is a serious matter, Raymond. Right now.
But they say today is your birthday. What are you doing for the boys?
The difference.
They are doing theory about food inflation.
I'm thinking about what I can do for myself.
Okay, hold on.
First,
what is your problem with food inflation? What is happening to
No, the point I was making earlier is true. The fact that the difference between my wache costing a cool, normal, average 25 cedis and it costing 80 Ghana is fish. And you see, and I have never understood it because if I go to Kumasi, where I grew up mostly, the fish is cheaper there. And this matter, I have talked about it. I've never understood it. Why is it that the sea is here, the fishermen are here, and yet the fish is more expensive here? I don't get it. And there's another thing. I don't know if you have noticed. Wache fish is more expensive than kenke fish. Why?
That's true. Yeah.
Why?
Sometimes the same woman who's selling the wache is the one.
Give me the theory.
Should I explain?
Explain to me why wache fish is more expensive than kenke fish. Because fish is fish.
When you buy wache,
yes.
Well, apart from paying for the wache,
yes,
they'll give you stew.
Yes. Yes.
They'll give you shito.
Yes.
You don't pay for those.
Yes. Do you pay for the pepper when you buy kenke?
Yeah, that is one.
Yes.
There's no oil in it. Hold on. There's no oil in it.
Yes.
So the wache seller, the ones that you are going to buy in addition,
yes,
is what she's going to use to break even.
So
she will increase it.
So the cost of the fish, it's cost compensation.
That's the whole idea.
For the stew.
That's the whole idea.
Then give me the wache with that stew.
Then
reduce the price of the fish. When I go home, my wife has
in
stew
fact,
at home.
The kenke sellers today have actually sent us a strong warning that going forward, we may have to buy the pepper.
You know, I've said this before.
So the thing you are saying, so if I go to a kenke seller and I told her that, please, I know you compensate for the cost of the stew with the cost of the fish, so don't give me stew, don't give me shito. Will they reduce the cost of the fish?
That is moot. They won't mind you. Yes, I mean that level they won't mind you.
Yeah, but you can't isolate your own.
But on a more serious note,
let me just make this point.
Yes.
Have you realized that today, when you go to kenke sellers, a lot of them give you very little pepper or anything and indicate there's stew which you have to buy, and they tell you that there's actually okra which you can also buy.
Yeah, in Accra. That is a commercial thing. In Accra, I've never seen somebody sell KK with other accoutrements.
Oh, they do it these days. And you see, the point is that people are finding ways to make up for the others. Right. So if I give you only pepper and I say, you may say, I'm not going to do that. So I say, hey, there's nkruma. So if you say, give me nkruma, I say, anyway, you pay for it.
Oh, but Winston, talk about buying pepper. In fact, in Milton Keynes, there's Mama Africa. Nick and his gentlemen there, they sell the pepper separate from the kenke.
Oh yes, that's
so
that part. Yes,
your kenke, everything is sold separately.
But you see, on a more serious note, this is something that I have noticed in terms of even how the food sellers are compensating for cost or how they are adjusting. The same for consumers. From the seller's point of view, I don't know if you guys have ever discussed this matter, but there is a very gradual and noticeable shift from actual shito to the green pepper shito.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, even people who used to do I don't know what the difference really is supposed to be, because
the difference is cost. Because the black one requires a lot of amani.
Yeah, the black one.
The other one is just pepper.
Just pepper.
And also
yes. But that's
you see, so and that is cheaper.
The whole thing is cost. And look, and let me just be. I mean, I've done this here before. I told you that I went to sit with a lady who sells fufu.
Okay.
I know people will say, yes, but I went to sit with her. We're doing pricing together because she was telling me that things have gone up. So I asked her, if you don't mind opening up how much you buy these things.
Okay.
So when she began opening up, we realized that she spends a lot of money preparing the soup, which is free.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So the free soup, she will compensate for that with the fish and the meat in there.
Yes.
She indicated to me, for instance, that if she spends...
And soup is not cheap. Making soup is not cheap.
It's not cheap, yeah. So she's actually... I mean, the tomato soup is very expensive these days. Now, one fruit, 5 Ghana cedis. In fact, this one...
Not one vegetable.
We know tomatoes, the argument whether it's fruit or vegetable.
Yeah.
So we can debate that.
Yeah, I've heard the debate, right?
Yeah, so we can debate that. That's so we can debate that.
Yes.
You know,
no, but it's unthinkable.
Look, 5 Ghana cedis. I bought it on Sunday. When I was told, because 2 weeks ago, when I was in my farm, I bought the same thing for 150 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
And I come back in 2 weeks and is 200 Ghana cedis. I said, what is happening here? Yesterday, they showed me 150 Ghana cedis pepper. I said, my goodness. So that person who's having to do that is already spending almost 500, 1,000 Ghana cedis preparing soup for you.
Yeah.
Now adds the meat and other things. So that person will compensate the cost, put it on the meat. Because when it comes to the fufu itself, the cassava and the plantain would have to be taken care of with the price of the fufu.
And she dare not price the soup.
No, you can't price the soup.
And again, I mean, so I get it now. I'm not a fan of cassava fufu. I mostly insist that she give me only the plantain. I get worried when they now increase their price astronomically, merely because I just demanded for plantain. I don't understand why they should do that. As if that's not also another staple that we are producing in the Republic of Ghana.
Look,
why should that attract a very huge cost compared?
friend.
Because it's almost double. The cassava fufu compared to the plantain one, it's almost double.
Yes, my friend.
Why is it supposed to be so?
Look, my friend Tobias just sent me this one, and who says, bro, is Banku not eating with what we call okro?
Yes.
But now you buy Banku and they give you light soup. And sell the okro to you.
Yeah.
Why?
Wow. So you are expected to take that soup.
I'm an Ewe man. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because you must compensate for something. And the other point is that, Fentio, what is it that you do? That person, I mean, we are presenters here.
Yes.
This is our business. So if you ask me to probably come and moderate or MC a program for you, I'll tell you, okay, this I'm going to take from you also, beyond what I do here. But this is the other point. That woman who sells fufu, that is her source of income.
Yeah. Only.
Maybe. But she's supposed to use that to take care of her or run her household.
Yeah.
Look, she needs that to buy other things which are equally very expensive. The cost of living in Accra is very high.
Yeah.
Okay? So she must increase hers in order to survive. So things will not happen in a vacuum. And I come back to this whole price. When we did all the pricing,
when you do the analysis relative to only the cost of the food items that she's buying, you're not being fair to her, because she also has to come up with profit margins.
She has to pay herself.
That exactly.
She has to actually go to the market. Going to the market, she has to drive. In driving to the market, she has to buy fuel. Okay, she has to. I mean, when she
pay school fees for her kids.
Yes, she has to pay school fees for her kids. She has to call you people and send you a message. Today, everybody is sending message that Fufuna I read you.
That's true.
Everybody is sending messages around. What is she going to use to do all of these things?
Do social media advertising.
Social media advertising. Everything. So everything. At the end of the day, her pricing must take care of every little thing.
But Weston, I in the last 2 years, I've seen Kenke at Dome Junction, Cable Junction, move from 1 city, or yes, it was 1 city, to 5 city. It reached, yes, it reached the point. The 5 city one, there was 4 city and 5 city. 5 city was very big. Now the 5 city and the 4 city, there's no difference, and there's no 4 city again. So now the small ball is now the final amount you can buy. Yeah. 1 ball of kinky.
Well, I'm just told that at Osu Night Market, if you don't buy fish, you will not get shit all. Kinky.
For the kinky?
Yes.
There you go.
You just can't go and buy kinky and say that you don't want fish. Don't give you the shit all. You see?
Sorry, I mean, see, I know that mostly our argument is that we are supposed to eat the food. Is the protein and the accompaniment that works out. So the main food will be the fish and the shito, so that the kenke will be the accompaniment. Why am I now being compelled to buy fish before you give me something that I can eat with the kenke? So how am I going to eat the kenke? Eat it raw?
Because you see, the fish is what compensates for the shito. So now that you people have learned how to fly without perching,
yes,
they've also learned how to shoot without missing.
Indicate the bed.
So yes. So what you will do is that, okay, my brother, it's very simple. If you don't buy fish, no shito for you. Because in buying the fish, I'll charge you an amount that actually compensates for the shito that I prepared.
But remember those days they said that if you don't also consume that kind of thing, you get berry. So why are they making yes? But it's true. That's what they said. Yes.
No.
So what?
Yes.
No, they're basically making it almost impossible.
Yes.
And
you remember rice water?
Yes, and we have done a lot of work to reduce some of these conditions in this country.
Or rather, let's do the rest of the birthday shouts. Okay. Because Fentu's birthday has brought all these things.
Yeah.
Is it?
But first...
And the father should provide us watching.
But first, DJ Obeti is on standby.
Each and every day, time is getting harder. Some of them are Allah, some are God. Each and every day, time is getting harder. Some of them are Allah, some are God. They can't get no food to eat, can't get no clothes to wear, nowhere to lay their weary head. They go to bed with wants and they wake up with give me. Some
Don't sing the birthday song. We are singing it for you.
Yes.
May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now.
Can you sing this in your
Hip.
dialect?
Thank you.
Yes.
Can you sing this in your
No, my local dialect, we don't celebrate. We don't do that over there. My brother, my hometown, we don't do that over there.
So,
we don't do birthdays over there.
some people have just joined us.
Yes.
They surprised us. Please, what's happening
Oh,
here?
they didn't surprise us. They surprised Fentu.
Well, no, but you have requested
because the man has
breakfast.
no. See, we said he should provide us breakfast. He spent 15 minutes explaining why he can't provide the thing.
Lamentations.
Yes, then some philanthropists have intervened. Please
Okay.
tell us who you are.
Please, this is from the wife.
I see. But this one there.
This is from the wife.
Oh, then he will pay later.
Yes.
Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby.
Listen to what Raymond is saying.
He will pay
Raymond,
later.
I have decided to ignore him.
Hey, my brother.
He's very mischievous.
So, Fenty, we have a message from your wife.
Oh,
yes.
Again.
Another one, or the one we read this morning.
Attached to the past.
Okay, please.
Okay. Yeah. Read it.
He said, "Happy birthday to you, my love, and may Allah continue to bless you."
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is the first time
everybody.
Hold on. This is. Hey, every birthday. Ever since I got married, every birthday my wife do something special for me. Before that, I used to forget my birthday.
Boxer shorts and singlet.
I used to forget.
I used to forget your birthday.
Yes, because birthdays were not.
God has been good to you.
Very good to me.
Yes.
My wife has been very good to me too.
She has been very, very good to you. In fact,
she has redeemed your
I'm a very
reputation.
lucky man.
Oh, you are very lucky.
Yes, very lucky.
What's her name?
Very lucky.
Say big thank you to her.
Yes, thank you to Bebe. Siniba.
Hey, you see have you seen this?
Make her bring the face.
You see this? You see these fingers?
My wife's name. See,
hey, you see these fingers?
People, you don't listen. Oh, I've mentioned my wife's name, but you are talking
Mention
over.
your wife's name properly.
My wife's name starts with Bebe.
Okay.
You know.
Continue.
Before
I enter inside for you.
Yes.
Continue.
Happy birthday to Bebe.
It's also her birthday.
They call each other.
I said happy birthday to me.
Thank you.
I'm wishing. They say when you marry, two shall become.
My friend.
After the fact.
Yes.
Thank you to my wife, Mrs. Fento, Hannah Siniba Fento. That's her name. She's a lovely woman.
Okay.
I'm very lucky. She gave me a very beautiful baby boy.
Yes.
And now a very nice birthday gift.
This is not for you. This is for you delivering on your pledge to us.
To
who?
Yes, we.
So your wife is
so you have received it on your behalf.
Your wife is listening.
Yes.
She says that if you are disgraced, since that you say the two of you are one, it will affect her. She will never be disgraced.
Yes, amen.
You can be disgraced, but not her.
Oh, no.
So she has brought
both
this.
of us shall never be disgraced.
Raymond, I was giving strict instructions.
Hey,
this was for Fenty.
You are giving strict instructions.
Yes. We have varied the instructions.
And as for Raymond in particular, Wednesday, as for Raymond in particular,
yes, my friend.
I curse him with Ransto if he touches this food.
Hold on a second. Today is also the birthday of Hannah Odaming.
Yes.
Hannah, happy birthday
in this
to
office.
You. And Sayram Abla de Souza.
That's Francisca.
Sayram Abla de Souza.
Yes, the name starts with Francisca.
The person says she's called
No.
Souza.
The name starts, it's on record. Francisca Sayram Abla de Souza.
And it's also Eric Donko, Senior Sound Engineer's birthday. And Edna Bannerman, Client Service Executive. It's also your birthday. So happy birthday to all of you. I mean, as you.
Hey, so in this office, there are 5 people celebrating their birthdays today.
Yes, so there's also a birthday
so I'm
going
not
out
special
to
crowd.
Mawena Abla Zame. Then there's also Genevieve Bosomche Sam of Absa Bank High Street branch. Of course, you are in the legal department. This is from Finlex colleagues. There is also today is also the birthday of Mrs. Gifty Ayensu Nyako. It's been a very pleasant journey. French was taking all the birthday. Franklin Ayensu Nyako and the kids are actually wishing you, Mrs. Gifty Ayensu Nyako, all the best for today. And of course, there's another one that I cannot forget. Marlene Ajua Owusua. Happy 40th birthday. You are older than Fenty. And from your family, friends, and Fix Bombaria gang. Okay, yeah. Yes. So,
and happy birthday to Patrick Eduamankwa. And this one also says happy birthday to Sebastina Nadromo Ato of Harvest International School. So happy birthday to all of you who are celebrating your birthdays today. Our time is up. We have to be.
Thank you everybody for all
the
wishes.
On behalf of the team,
well wishes.
Thank you for joining us here on the Super Morning Show. Catch you same time tomorrow morning. We leave you with culture. Addis Ababa, Raymond's favorite.